Watch this.
Watch Remix. Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, putting in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook. Hold up. Coach trying to stand on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay back and swaggy big, rocking the gear, it's so clean.
We rise and go easy, off the easy for cheesy. With my steppers, our special gifts, make it pleasing so easy. Try to win, we so greedy. All our fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub.
We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, #1 high school podcast starring Matt Oteezy, Jeremy McInnes, Whitfield Roderick, Coach Carr, and Ryan Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the #1 talk show. Speak out.
The Dub, baby. You heard it first. The Dub. Hey, I'm Reginald Samples, 6A Division I state champion. I just want to give a shout out to the Dub, my favorite podcast and program.
Ron Murray, Mr. High School Holler, K104, the biggest out at the 214 day camp. Big shout out to Quentin Jackson, you know the Duncanville all-world quarterback.
It was good. Quentin Jackson, shout out to the Dub High School Podcast.
Big shout out to the Dub, man. I see y'all making moves and doing what y'all need to do.
Salute.
What up, fellas? What up, fellas?
What it do?
How y'all doing, man? It's Sunday night, man. We back and better than ever. You know what I'm saying? Ready to get it in. Another let's talk
yes,
about
sir.
it. We got a great guest. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff football wise. If you don't know, we got my guy. Well, actually, this Coach Carr guy, but he my guy too now. Antonio.
Yeah, he my guy too.
Yeah, he all I got. He the Dub guy now.
He all I
Antonio
got, man.
James,
He a Dub guy.
Yeah, man. He's the defense coordinator at Southern Illinois. Great guy. We just chopping it up with him behind the scenes, man, and very good guy, man. And as you see, you know, he's a light-skinned brother. And you know, I like to always ask y'all a question before we start. And speaking of the light-skinned brothers, you know, light-skinned brother Chris Brown out here making waves.
He swinging. He came out swinging, did it? Drake did too.
But let's end this. Let's end this right here. Let's end this discussion. Let's just keep it 100. There is no greater diss album than Ice Cube, No Vaseline. I don't care what Chris Brown came in at. I don't care how hot he came in. When you can single-handedly take down the world's most dangerous crew, NWA, and in such a fashion how he did it, he is by far the all-time greatest diss song champion in the history of diss songs. Everybody else is up for discussion, 2 through whatever.
Come on, man. Nas Equal was good too. That Nas, that was a good one too.
Nas was good. I mean, to me, the all-time is Tupac. Hit him up. But whenever you could tell a joker, you smash his old lady, and still be walking
whether it's true or not.
Like I just, you know. But I did. I mean, this is the exclusive right now, man. We got Quavo response to Chris Brown, man, on the Dub. This is a Dub exclusive. I want everybody to see. This is Quavo response right here.
I never want to say I'm sorry for the things I've done, and I try and be stronger in this life I chose, but I want you to know.
Hey, He touched Chris Brown wrong. Chris Brown been holding that in for a minute.
Hey, dog.
He hit a nerve.
All I'm saying, man, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah,
But
I mean them light skinned cats, man. They him and Drake, man. They woo.
but anyway, look at Todd. Yeah, Todd, we talking about it. It's news, baby. It's news. Yeah, you know. But anyway, I just had to, we had to, kind of forefront that out there because we got another bad light skinned brother coming on, man. I'm gonna let Coach Willow introduce him to everybody. Coach Willow, go ahead.
Yeah, man. The guy coming on, my man Tone, as we like to call him. He was man, we started coaching together at Michigan when he was a GA. We coached at Michigan for 2 years. We coached at Morgan State. Man, just this guy's just been a true friend, man, for a very long time, but also one of the greatest defensive minds. And he's going to be a head coach soon. And watch what I tell you, he's going to come back on here as a head coach, but he's one of the greatest defensive minds, one of the better motivators that I've ever been around, Coach James. And he also is a music connoisseur. So, Tone, you need to tell me who you got in the greatest diss song of all time.
Greatest diss of all time. I mean, y'all all three said the three top ones. For me to put it in any type of order is just what mood I'm in at the current moment. So I mean, right now I'm in a little more of a Pac mood.
There you go.
I'm just being honest, but I heard a lot of shots being thrown at light skinned cats, and respect the game, but I just know it's been a lot of tension coming from New York and Philly, and it ain't been light skinned cats this time around. And I mean, I need somebody to swing back for y'all, man. Like swing back.
Hey man, it's rough out here. Well, Todd, no, I do. I don't introduce people a lot. I love to introduce you whenever you come back on the show, Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason DeAnthony Todd.
Is his middle name DeAnthony?
I don't know. Sounds
hey,
good.
so Tom, man, tell us how you got here, man. Tell us. All right, for this, everybody don't know. I'm gonna let y'all know this. Also, Tone is from Ohio. He's from Massillon, Ohio. So for anybody who don't know about Massillon, Ohio is the birthplace of professional football. Is that right, Tone?
Correct.
Yes. So he played at a high school that's like equivalent to maybe a Alito, right? They constantly win state championships. They're always in it. But Tom, man, tell us about your high school, where you from, your whole existence, man.
Yeah, I am from Massillon, Ohio. When you're born there as a boy, they put a football in your crib. So it is pretty, they care about the game somewhat. We got a pretty big high school stadium. They got an indoor facility after I graduated, which is pretty cool. And Netflix just sponsored this past season. They did a title town where we played Valdosta, Georgia, who was the most wins in the country for high school football, and we were third. We played them for like a Netflix special, and yeah, we beat them. So that was pretty cool to start the season off with. But yeah, so I grew up in this small town in Northeast Ohio, and we lost the state championship my senior year. Still hurts to this day. Went to University of Illinois. Was a 4-year letterman there. Started coaching high school ball at Urbana High School in Urbana, Illinois. And I mean, it's a small, very small high school as far as like football is concerned, but it was a great opportunity for me to learn how to coach ball, especially at the youngest level. And that's one of the things Coach Carr and I've always admired about him, because he started working with like little kids first. before he was coaching older people. So you learn how to break down the mind a little differently when you're working with kids, and it helps you deal with adults and seeing where their problems truly root from. Um, and then started coaching at Urbana, Illinois, and I did Teach for America, where I taught the Mississippi Delta and Arkansas for 2 years down in that little area. And then I became a GA in Michigan at that point in time, and that's where I met Coach Carr. And it's funny because, we met. He made a light-skinned joke or two. Our first probably 25 seconds of knowing each other. So I was like, oh, here go this guy. But we got on the field, and there was a demonstration that was happening. And when the demonstration happened, we looked at each other and it was like, no, that wasn't right. Like, and that was kind of where we understood, like, all right, no, this guy know what he talked about. We was here with it. So was a GA there with Brady and Jim. I went to Morgan State, and I was at Morgan State for 6 years. So I pretty much did majority of my career been at Morgan State at this point. But I was a D-line coach. Then I moved to linebackers coach and special teams coordinator. Then I was a defensive coordinator for the next 4 seasons or 4 years. Then I came to Southern Illinois as a defensive line coach. Through some crazy catastrophic events, I became the DC the day before camp started on the 23 season. And then we here now.
So
How good was your defense, coach?
We were top 5 in the country overall defense, and we didn't give up a pass touchdown in the red zone last year, which was pretty cool. We were pretty solid defense last year. We had a couple shutouts. Our last 3 games, we only gave up 1 touchdown. That was against Idaho in the playoffs. We gave up 1 touchdown.
Okay, Coach, I gotta ask you, Coach, since you out here recruiting, you from Ohio, do you feel Ohio gets disrespected when it comes to high school football in America?
You mean like when you see the Max Prep top 25 polls and stuff, or?
Yeah, well, you see that, and when people talk about where the most talent come from and where the ballers come from,
like
things like
the most milestone and all that.
I would say when you talk about like the top 25 program teams and stuff, like my high school was on it this year. They ended in somewhere in the top 15. I don't know where, but a lot of schools, what I've realized, especially as you travel around, there are some super schools out here. You know what I mean? Like when you go down like to Georgia, like when I go to Southern Georgia and recruit, like some of these schools are 3,000. They some of these schools, they talk about like you got 2,500 students. You talk about you got a small school, but like where I'm from, you got 1,000. That's your program. You know what I mean? That's a school, and like that's my high school, and we're gonna be a very, very good program every year, even though we don't have these super schools. In Virginia, they have these massive schools. These are 3,000, 4,000 student schools, 5,000 student schools. And so some of these places you're going to see programs have, a better national ranking, especially when you get into the private schools and areas where private school ball is what they respect. You know what I mean? So no, I don't think in terms of teams. I think we can play with anybody. St. Ed's is always in there, and I don't think nobody's just going to drag no Ohio team. But as far as talent, like, you see it a lot of times, but I think at the end of the day, we could talk about recruiting. I'm looking at where NFL numbers come from. And Ohio is like consistently the only state north of the Mason-Dixon that'll keep 100 players in the NFL. So, to me, like we can say who has more Division I offers, sure, but who pans out and actually makes it to the NFL is what we actually need to be running as statistics.
Well, Tone, because we say this all the time, and and it's one of the conversations that we have here on the show a lot. When it comes, like, we always think Dallas and Texas, like, we got all this talent, and this is where the best football is at. And I constantly tell them, I'm like, y'all will be surprised that there is a lot of good football all over this country. Like you will be surprised how good these guys are out here playing football. So when you see a kid in our neighborhood that we think should be going D1 and should be getting all these D1 offers, well, if you looked at him collectively among the masses, he might not even be in the top 100, 300.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's literally that many good people, players around the country. So when you was talking about recruiting, Coach, you was talking about it earlier, and you was talking about you know, how you want to recruit, what's the model of recruiting, because so much of everything that's been going on has been in the transfer portal, and it's been going crazy. What's your views on that? What's your your game plan on that? Because a lot of our listeners always are intrigued about the portal. So from a college coach, what do you think?
I think the portal is it's a very interesting place. I think that it's a scapegoat right now for a lot of guys who just don't want to face their adversity. But it can be a good place. If maybe you are a guy who got under recruited coming out of high school, so you ended up at a Division II school, and you a man amongst boys with them, right? And you feel like you should be able to go up shore, or maybe you realize I was over recruited. I got a couple years left, and I'm not this Division I Power 5 or Group of 5 player that I was recruited to become, and I just want to play ball so I can get used to playing and enjoy my career. So I want to move down the level. Like I understand certain situations as long as you as a man are real about it. But as far as like what's the value compared to like a high school player, I think that the transfer portal personally, I'm speaking on my personal feelings, no other coaches, but I think you build your team off of high school programs, high school recruits, and I think you use the transfer portal to repair patches as they arise. Maybe somebody didn't develop, maybe somebody does get hurt, late in spring ball, and all of a sudden the next guy's not going to be ready against your opening opponent. You got a big time opening game, and you need a guy who can at least handle or have him. The guy you got ain't ready yet because he wasn't developed there. Let's be real. Not every coach knows how to develop athletes. Like that's just what it is. Don't look at a logo and say this guy can coach. Like actually, you got to dig into his catalog a little bit.
Right.
So I think when you look at the transfer portal, I think it can be a great thing for repairing small patches. I don't think it's a great sustaining model for building a program off of because it's going to be hard to develop a culture if you're constantly changing faces, especially older faces, because like if I have a high quality piece of meat and I put it on Coach Carr's plate, and he pick it up and put it on B. Rye's plate, he pick it up and put it on J. Mack's plate, like now all of a sudden then what? Like, is that the same piece of meat that I had? Like it's been tainted, and you hate saying it that way, but that's what it is. Compared to when you get high school kids where sometimes they're a little hungrier. I think they have more to prove, and I think it's on us as college coaches to learn the new game is you got to learn how to talk to these young men to keep them there, to not want to transfer just because they're not playing as a freshman. Like playing as a freshman is a small statistical number. It's not that many of them who really do it, and you got to be able to have the understanding and the leadership ability to get those young men to want to stay with you and understand their development path. Okay, it's going to be 3 years before you're there. It's going to be 2 years. It's going to be one season before you're there. You got to be honest with these guys up front and then show them the plan and work it with them.
So do you think? Go ahead, B. Raj.
Yeah, I got a quick question for you, Coach. Hold on, Clark. As far as the transfer report is concerned, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you get a player from a top Power 5 school, and you have let's say you want to play. We talked about for show DN, but you have a stud DN. Do you tell that transfer report beforehand, and hey, man, you got to compete, or is he coming in as a starter just based off him being recruited to LSU or Ohio State, something like that? Like, how are those conversations going with you? Transfer report? Are they coming in and started, or do they got to start from scratch?
with me, and I'm speaking on me personally. I don't care who you are. You starting from scratch. My starters from last year start from
Right.
scratch. Like they already know what the deal is. Like I got a group of guys who I know I can trust to go in the game. I got a group of guys who got to get their stuff together to go in the game for me. Now those guys who know they can go in the game, you got to compete for snaps now. The cat who balling out, he gonna take the bulk of the snaps, and that's the way I keep it because development is real and competition is real. You got to learn how to teach these guys how to do that stuff. And a lot of coaches, they don't know how to have those hard conversations with players when they got 3 or 4 cats in their room who could ball out. So I'm gonna tell them it's always starting from scratch. And then I also want to see, like, do you even got that to want to be like, if you want me to hand you a starting job, like I probably don't want you, to be honest. Like
Right.
I don't want to be handed that. Like as a man, like I want to earn my keep. Like I had to earn everything I've gotten. So
Yes, sir.
um, I would want players who are about the same cut. Um, and then I also would say the other thing would be is what does his film say? You know, does his film? Because to me, if you coming from an LSU and I'm looking at straight practice film, that don't mean you could play for me. That don't mean you could
I
play at
agree.
the school I'm at. Like, there's no knock to any program. Like, it's on you. Like, because I'm in the Valley. The Valley is a different conference than the Southland Conference. You know, it's a different type of ball. Like the Valley is big personnel, big O line, downhill, smash mouth football. Like that's what this is. You know, North Dakota State, South Dakota, Youngstown, Illinois State. Like these are smash mouth programs. Like that's what they do. And if you can't play in that type of ball, then I don't care what school you came from.
Yeah, you don't come out
Right.
here 4 or 5 stars. No, it doesn't matter.
No. Now,
Nope.
Coach, you said something that I always tend to have this this kind of debate with people, especially on social media. Um, they tend to think because there are certain schools that's now not really focused on high school recruiting, right? Like they
Hmm.
think they could just bring in 20, 30 transfers every year, and people
Right.
think that could be the base for a winning formula. Like I've always said, there's no way you can win bringing in a truckload of transfers every year. I feel
No.
like the transfer portal, your base should be recruit. And I know we gonna get there about the recruit, but
Yeah.
I just feel like your base. I don't care what school it is. I mean, whether it's Southern Illinois, where you at, I don't care if it's Trinity Valley. I mean, it just don't matter. Wherever you go, I feel like your base need to be what you recruit in and start
Right.
developing. And
Hmm.
anybody you bring in from the portal, yeah, it might be a bridge to where your base is ready, but that's not where you can just be saying, "Well, we finna go grab 30 people every year, and we're gonna be contenders," especially if you're a Power Five school. What's your
Right.
opinion on that part?
No, I don't. I don't. College is too short to live in the portal. And I would tell high schoolers I wouldn't be so panicked because the amount of transfers that's moving around is also the amount of spaces that's going to be opening up for scholarships.
Right.
Um, but the thing that I try to give game to high schoolers is they got to learn what the new game is. Is that's like you probably want to be committed before August. Just being honest. Like if you
Right.
got an offer July by the beginning of July, like them are your offers. Like you're not about to get a mid-July offer. Like it just don't happen. You know what I mean? Like it's a couple of them that fly out there, but not enough. Like you got those. Like that's the new committing time in high school. If you're not a bona fide 5-star top 20 type player, right? So you got to look at how the game has changed and start using that landscape for it. And no, I don't think you can live in the transfer portal. I think it's flashy for a couple people. You'll see some flashes here and there, but when you look at your national championship teams, like I don't see them being those type of teams. They get a guy or two here or there maybe, but they don't. They're the bulk of their team are guys who've been there for years. You know, so when you look
Right.
at a Michigan, most of those guys, those are all Michigan guys. You know, even Washington getting there, like it's a couple transfers in there, but the nucleus of that team is going to be guys who played and recruited into Washington's program. So, and I
But
think
to
you'll
me,
see
those
that
are
at every
teams.
level.
Yeah, those are teams that's going to be playing for the Natties, right? It's a lot like look at the portal and the effect that the one and done's had on college basketball. So right now you're looking at a one and done situation. If I have a team that's consistently been together, who, like when Coach James talking about the culture, who knows the culture, who knows what we're gonna do every day, because the leaders of my team are my older kids. They are the kids who are in the culture, know the culture, and gonna check the culture, right?
Mhm.
So you gotta have those, and they gotta be able to stay. You know, what are some of the things you're doing now, Coach James? Well, you got to more so recruit your own kids day in and day out. How do you do that? How do you navigate through that?
Right.
I mean, first and foremost is relationships. Like you know how it is. You've been in the office with me. Like that door is open. You can come in and watch practice with us as we've evaluating practice as coaches. You can watch and sit in and game plan it with me. Like I'm gonna call you up. We're gonna talk about football outside of football and life outside of football and what's going on in your head, your life, spiritual, whatever it is you want to talk about. Like I'm here for you. And I think that's a part of coaching that we have to constantly stay involved in. Is like don't ever like overlook a relationship. And at the end of the day, like you as a man, you should be real with your player. If somebody hop in a DM and that advertising for them to get so much money to go to transfer to a university, like I mean, let's be real, like go. Like for me, I had a DM, I told you should go, like go. There ain't nothing wrong with it. And he's starting at a Big Ten school right now, and he got another season he's gonna be starting there. But they offering $75K to go and play football. Like I didn't have that opportunity. Like, but for me, I'm using that in my recruiting. Well, shoot, my last cut, I got him paid. Like at the end
Yeah,
of the day, like so. But I personally, it's to me, it's all about relationships. Like deal with it. Like build that relationship with these men. Like they want to be cared for. Like
yeah.
it ain't always about money. It's about you knowing how to communicate with people. And somebody mentioned national championships earlier, and I know Coach Carr can speak on this, but not every coach cares about winning a national championship.
Wow.
there,
In college?
there are coaches
In
who
college?
don't even care about winning a conference championship.
Well, what they care about being
They
coach?
cool with where they at. They good being good. They all right with all right. They ain't gonna
Wow.
ruffle the feathers. The administration got them in a nice position. They got a nice, comfy job. Why ruffle the boat?
Sound like high school, coach. Sound like some high school coaches. I mean,
Right.
I guess it's just a coaching fraternity.
It is.
You can
Hey,
consistently look
you
at
got your
it.
different
Like,
coaches, J Mac. You know what I mean? You can't get mad at the cat that's playing it safe.
Hey,
That
ain't bad what they
that
say. A bird. What is a bird hand is better than two in the bush? Whatever. Yeah, I get it.
absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
true.
However, I want it all. I didn't get into this game not to win it. You know what I mean? And but hey, man, people are what they are. So, Coach James, another question for you,
Hold on,
man.
Coach Carl. Somebody asked. Let's reset who we have. I guess. What
Okay.
coach is most of them?
Yeah, go ahead, Coach James. Tell us who you are, man, and where you from, man.
Coach Antonio James, I'm originally from Massillon, Ohio. I coach at Southern Illinois University.
What do you coach? What's your title?
Defensive coordinator, defensive line coach, associate head coach.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm still the camp coordinator. I don't know.
Well, so for everybody, I'm telling you, he's gonna be a head coach. Like trust and believe, he's gonna be a head coach soon, sooner than later, man. Great guy, man. Top defense in the country. When I had a chance to go against him, of course our defense was better. But hey, we talking. Listen. We talking dogs. Look, that whole B-Rod, that whole week. What was it, like the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season? We were going like this. So we on the phone every day. Say, man, we're gonna get y'all this week. We're gonna get y'all this week. And we ended up getting him the last game. He gonna call me, man, they made us play such and such and made us play such and such. Like, hey, man. Yeah. But coach, man, so Madison, Ohio, birthplace of football, right? Tell us what's that really like, man. You know, Paul Brown starting the Browns, right down the street from the NFL Hall of Fame. Y'all have name some of the players that came out your program, just so people get an idea.
In some modern years, you know, Thayer Munford, who's I think he starts for the Raiders. Devin Smith, the Ohio State receiver. What's his name? Garyon Conley. You know, we just had a DN transfer to Oklahoma, who I know some, you know, Texas. I guess some of y'all Oklahoma fans too, right? Named Caden Woolard. He was the MAC Defensive Player of the Year. But he just transferred to Oklahoma. But we Chris Spielman, Willie Spencer. There's been some names that come out of there. Dennis Franklin was the first black quarterback in Michigan.
Oh wow! Now, Coach, I gotta ask you. You coach the D line, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm assuming that's the position you mainly recruit. Also, I'm pretty sure you recruit across the board. But like when you looking at film, especially of high school, like what are some of the first things you looking at when you recruiting D linemen from the high school ranks?
Only some people go get this. The very first thing is this varsity or JV film? I know it sounds like a joke, but you got to know right away. You know, look for them headsets. Like, no, but so like there's certain attributes I'm looking for. And every position group's a little different, and that consistency, length of time, you know, that does mean something. Like I always tell, and I got this from you know, a guy, Billy Carr, I think is his name. He's from Dallas Carter, one of them guys. But he told me that you can't coach touchdowns, and like anytime I'm looking at offensive players, like I want to count touchdowns. Like how many times are you getting to the end zone on your own? Like I don't care if I got to teach you how to run routes better or how to make, you know, drop your weight better or whatever. Like, do you know how to score when you touch the ball? You know, on defense, there are things I'm looking for. Like, do you play violent? Do you hustle? Right? And are you twitchy? You know, that's pretty much every position. Like, are you quick? Are you violent? Do you hustle? Now there are some things that you got to get into, you know, a little deeper with certain positions. Like you want to see, does he have hips if he's a corner? You know, how are his hips? How does he transition if he's stiff? You know, little things like that. But that would length the time. Like I'm turning it on and you got a 50-second highlight tape. Like them 50 seconds better be wowing. Like to even want me to look at the rest of your tape to try to find if you worth offering. But that's kind of how I go through it. You know, I'm watching just little things like, are these uncoachable things that this young man brings to the table? And then, like I said, violence. Like, I know it sounds bad, but I want to see, do you play with like an edge to you, a little, like when you hit people, do I feel it? You know, huddle, you know, turn the volume off. You know, don't let the music and the bass, the 808 bass line they got on there drop and do the rumbling. Like when you hit mute, like do you feel that tape? Like, and then the other thing is like, can you see this cat here? Like, can he help you win the championship? Do you see this guy's projection to be to the point where he can win you a championship? If it's a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, it is. Some people jump and go faster than what you expect them to. You know, so those are kind of things I'm looking at initially.
Hey, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Coach.
So let me. I just want to go back to something you said earlier. Like, so when it comes to, you was talking about the 50-second highlight tape. For what is your opinion for parents out here who got kids that's playing ball or whatever? How would you tell them to structure their huddle film to get your attention? Because you don't have time to watch a 5-minute tape, right? So you're probably only going to get a chance to get 30 to 45 seconds of your time, and it has to be something that has to catch you at your eye, right? So what do you recommend to parents?
Your most exciting plays got to be at the beginning, and not crowd exciting. Like it got to be like national exciting. So it can't be because you got you had a game-winning saving, a game-winning tackle 8 yards down the field for the state championship game. Yes, that was significant play for your season, but as a coach, I just see you have a tackle 8 yards down the field. Like that's not a highlight. So put your most exciting plays and make sure they're true highlights. Like a regular tackle is a regular tackle. Like you didn't run nobody down, you didn't do nothing. You didn't score a touchdown. Like especially running backs, like receivers, quarterbacks. Like your first couple of clips should be touchdowns. They're not touchdowns. Like what am I sitting here looking for? I got to watch 3 minutes of average film that 90% of the country is going to do to see your first touchdown. Like I want to see who you are right up front. Show me the flash. What's the greatest level of potential you got, right? And then I trim me down from there. Because if I see you scoring, it was a young man we both coached from Detroit, and I think he had 4 minutes and 30 seconds of highlight tapes. Of touchdowns at the beginning of his highlight tape. This young man came in to play corner, so no questions, he could ball. Like 4 minutes and 35 seconds of touchdowns at the beginning of a highlight tape. Like to me, that's letting me know right there, this cat got something to him. He got an edge to him that he gonna love this. Like this is what he does. I didn't have to sit around and wait and watch film to find those clips. They're right up front. They get right to it. Especially if you watch, and I always urge parents to watch other people's highlight tapes. Go outside of your realm of the people in your local 15, 30-mile radius, right? Like go pull up a top 100 list and watch those people at those positions. And don't watch it with a bias. I know they're your kids, but you have to be honest with yourself. When you see that one young man is getting recruited and he got all these P5 offers and your kid doesn't have any P5 offers, yeah, there could be an anomaly behind it. But at the same time, right now, like he got the juice. That young man got it. Don't mean that your son can't catch him in college, but where he is and where his development start is where his development start is. So don't really compare what you got going on and what other people got going on. But I would always tell you, like, do be honest and watch film. Like, okay, no, you're not making the same plays that this cat is making over here. Or, hey, you are doing these things. Maybe we got to do a better job at marketing you.
Yeah, I understand that. I like that. I like the way you say that. Now, when you were at a school, and I know you and Willow, y'all been from the big school to the small school, so to say. When it's time in this day and age, like you say with the transfer portal, and you got to break down the percentage. I'd say percentage, but I'm assuming it's almost basically half and half. You want to bring in probably half high school, and maybe half to less than half transfer, depending on the need, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I would say a big part of that is based on like how you built your program up too. Some places it's going to be hard to attract transfers to you. So you have to do a really good job building up from your high school base. But I think we are in the day and age where you have to keep some scholarships aside for that transfer because you're going to have some guys pop up on you and decide that they aren't going to stay, that they're not going to play. They get some type of, like, we just had a guy who got a job offer this spring, and he was like, well, shoot, I'm, already a little undersized as is. I played 6 years of college ball already. I'm going on my 7th year. I got my master's degree. Like, I'm going to just go take this job. So, a couple of days in the spring ball, he decided he was done, so, and the reason why you want to keep those scholarships because you want to be already recruiting people. It just means now is I can take more of those people I was already recruiting. But I think when you build your program the way that you want it, I don't think it goes a half and half as much. I think you go more of an 80-20 type split, maybe a 75-25, depending on what your home base recruiting is like. Because if you're not in a place that makes linemen, you gotta really hit with your linemen if you always got to go out of state for linemen.
Oh yeah. So when you looking at the portal, if you're a smaller school, you looking at the portal like B. Rise was saying. I'm assuming y'all just don't automatically say, "Well, this guy was a 4 or 5-star
Right.
at Ohio State. Let's take him over, maybe compared to just a really good player that got actually played, and maybe he
Right.
just might, he might be leaving for other reasons, maybe come closer to home or just or whatever. Like, how do
No,
y'all?
I don't. Yeah, I don't necessarily care about the school. One is going to be like, do I have a relationship with you already? Because they're not being funny. There are young men who are in the portal every semester, and somehow they still end up at a Division I school, and they get in the portal, and they in the portal right now. And I'm getting a text message from them right now. What up, coach? I'm in the portal. Like, like you always in the portal. Like, what we talking about? Like,
But what
but
does that say about a kid, though? Like, I mean, what does it say? Because now, I mean, let's just be honest. They just passed the new rule where a kid can transfer every year. As long as
if you
he's
want.
I guess academically eligible or whatever. So
Seems like some
what
red flags to me.
that's what I'm
What
saying.
you
Like,
think,
at
Coach?
what point is it a red flag?
I mean, for me, one is pushing it. You got to come strong with your one. Two, I mean, you read like it got to be some deep stuff for me to really rock with you on two transfers. That's hard for me to do because that is a sorry, it's my son Xander jumped in.
Well, Xander, what up?
But
What's up? What up? What
I
up?
got my earphone in, but yeah, so though you a multi-transfer guy like that, those are red flags for me because like you're not loyal. One, like let's be real. Like you talk about like I'm a guy who wants to go for championships. So at the end of the day, like you need loyalty to win a championship, and I'll use the FCS level because that's where I'm at currently. But when you look at who wins the national championship at the FCS level, them cats are playing for each other. Like they got loyalty to each other, and it's hard to get that loyalty whenever I'm bringing in 15 guys in June. You know what I'm saying? Like to get ready to go. So
Right.
I don't think that you can't live out this portal. You have to really do some diving in and really digging into who these guys are. Don't care about where the logo they playing at. I'm about film. It's no different than when I see high school kids film now. There are situations where we took a running back this offseason. He's from my high school. I had a relationship with him. He was a 4-star recruit. He went to a big school. Even when I gave him kind of my counsel on it, not that I was telling him to come to us initially, but I told him he got to be prepared for these things to happen at the school. And he had the opportunity. He got to play in some games. He got to test the waters up there. He did solid. His coach decided to leave, and he was like he just kind of really had it because it was a program who was moving away from using his position a lot more. And he was asking me if we were looking at taking it back, and we were. So naturally having a relationship with a young man who I know, like, yeah, that's somebody who you could pull in. But just anybody off the street, like, no, you gotta do your research and make sure you know who you're bringing into your locker room because that's the one thing you got to really look out for is if you bring in a cancer or a bad person to your locker room, they could tear your program apart. Some of these cats who got 1 year left of eligibility, you come in here. What happens if you're not a starter? What happens if you're getting 10 snaps a game? You came from, you came from BYU, you came from Baylor, you came from this big school. What happens if you only a 12 snap a game rotational guy for me? Are you going to be a cancer in the locker room, or you going to be like, you know what, we got a talented room, and this is where I land at. I'm going to be a man about what I'm going through. Those are the questions you got to get on with cats early, and that kind of goes back to a question you asked earlier, like. do you give them a starting position? Like, no, like you got to earn everything. You gonna start from the bottom. I grade every snap of practice, and you gonna have to earn your way right up to the top. You can make plays. I'm gonna coach you how to make plays, but you actually have to make them.
So, Coach, here's another question I got for you though. Do you think kids are? Do you think it's bad recruiting that these kids are transferring, or do you think it's just bad development of coaching?
It's both. It's the same as it always is. Like it's just them cats before you were stuck with them for so many years until they graduate or decide to leave on their own. But it's both. You know, some of these cats, some guys don't pick the right programs to go to out of high school that truly fit their talents because you're a vertical threat receiver don't mean you need to go to a school that throws the ball a lot. You probably should go to a school that runs the ball so that you can be a vertical threat in the receiving game, you know, rather than I'm a possession route runner and I can catch the ball in short area and do things with it. Now you want to go somewhere where they throw the ball a little more because, you know, you got to be able to assess what you really do well and pick the right school and pick the right coach to develop you. You know, Coach Carr has been a guy who quotes a lot of bars in the in the music industry through coaching, but you know, it's one of those ones where um, you want to be developed by somebody who's done something with themselves. Maybe they didn't play at a high level, whatever, but they've done something with themselves, and you can feel that on somebody. Um, and then coaches too. I think we stretch on guys. You know, we'll take a guy because he's 6'6", 215 pounds, and he can run like a deer. But that don't equate that he's ever going to become a good football player. You know, you took him and you're like, well, he's 6'6" at worst. You know, and you know you'll be with guys who just want to take big players, and that's what they want. They just big size guys, and um, you know, so I think it's bad recruiting as well. Like it's a little bit of both, and I think that'll always be the game. It doesn't matter if we have a transfer portal or not. Like that's going to be the game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. So, Coach, you come from Michigan, man. Did you kind of celebrate when they won the national championship?
I was excited for him. I got a master's degree from there, so I got a little bit of blue in there. But I was excited for him. I know that coaching staff, that was something that was big for them, for the university. Something that, you know, college football kind of missing for a while, see them being a dominant program again. So it was good. I was excited for him. I'm always excited to see the Big Ten win a championship. You know, we really don't get SEC is just dominating us. You know, it's hard to keep up at times.
What do you think about the additions to the Big Ten? All those West Coast teams that came in. Is that going to change? Because the Big Ten has always been known as, you know, the big, tough, physical, the 250 linebacker. The 230 running back. You know what I'm saying? Where everything is between the tackles, between the lines, between the hashes. You know what I'm saying? It was just big powerhouse football. And now you're bringing in, you know, Lincoln Riley and Oregon.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna air it out.
Yeah,
they can air it out. Yeah, they can air it out.
It's really, I mean, when you look at college football, it's really going to become the NFL. Like the Big Ten and SEC are going to be the AFC and NFC. They're going to dissolve that, and then those group of five and them lower tier power five who don't want to like commit to being that type of a program, and these FCS programs, we're going to kind of all be collected as the NCAA or what's left of college football, kind of what we see today. Because I mean, they're gonna have to start that as like a divisional thing, and I mean, I guess it's not too bad modern wise. It's traveling a lot, but you know, that's going to be a lot going into pockets there for schools to be traveling to Los Angeles, especially you're like Rutgers or Maryland and some of these schools that you're truly traveling from coast to coast. So, but I mean, it'll be interesting. It's you know, it's kind of like what you did with the NCAA video game growing up. You would take a team and build it up and move conferences with them and, you know, build up a team because you like their school colors. You build up North Texas. You win a national championship, you move to a different conference, and you shake up that conference, and all of a sudden you move to somewhere else, and it's life, you know. Keep going with it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it changes because I'm used to the Big Ten, and I've always said I would like to see more of we're here in DFW. I would like to see more of our DFW kids. I mean, if you're gonna leave out of state, I always love for them to go to a Big Ten. Like I like the Big Ten style of ball. As far as most of the time, it's gonna be smash mouth, or it always have been. I don't know what to expect now, to be honest. But I am curious to see how those West Coast teams, when they got to go east, in October, November, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna
When you
be
got to go
interesting.
and play Northwestern or Wisconsin or Iowa or Minnesota in November,
In November.
Michigan and Michigan State, man, y'all cold. Some of them, Penn State is cold. Like,
Man, you remember when we got back from Penn State in that snowstorm?
you remember when we landed in Penn State in the snowstorm? We almost slid into the thing,
Yeah, we
to the
did, didn't we?
garage, the hangar.
Yeah. It's different. Listen, though, Coach, but what do you think, man? You was talking earlier about how the big schools, the Big Ten and the SEC is basically going to be the NFL North to South, right? And you said the other schools are basically going to be the NCAA. Do you think? Do you see where FCS role is starting to be in the landscape of the dynamics of college football?
I mean, I think the FCS truthfully has the playoff system down better. I think you're going to consistently see the better of like the national championship programs come out, and I think that's kind of what FBS is building itself to, is kind of using the FCS model for playoffs. The one thing I would like to see different with FCS is like I don't like that the SWAC does not have a representation into the playoffs as well. I feel like every FCS conference, the Ivies, everybody should put some type of representation into the playoffs, because how else are we to judge who the true champion is? Like the Ivies play 10 games and that's it, but then they'll say they're the champs, but it is what it is there. But I think that it's and we win in recruiting battles because of this. When it comes to like group of 5 to FCS, is like, if you go to a group of 5 school, what are you competing for?
Yeah.
Maybe a conference championship, maybe, depending on which group of 5 you're talking about, but you'll never have the chance to play for the big ring and all that stuff. Like, you're gonna get an average bowl game, like you may get an elite bowl game if you have 2 back-to-back undefeated seasons, something crazy like that. Where FCS, you can be we were 7-4 last year, made the playoffs because we had the second strongest schedule in FCS football, beating our FBS opponent, who was a bowl eligible team. And those are the things that was like, those are the things where guys get excited about, like true competitors, people who want to actually win. They want to go somewhere where my wins and losses mean something. Not that I'm gonna be 6-6 and I'm going to this average bowl game and great, I got a free trip to New Mexico. So I think that's where we get an advantage as an FCS program, and kind of where you see the landscape going to with the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think Matt Steph did bring up a point. I heard that too. Is that why the SWAC teams is not going into the playoff? Because usually the champion is going to the Celebration Bowl.
Well, the MEAC, they put their at-large team into the playoffs. So they'll send the champion to the Celebration Bowl, and then at-large will go to the playoffs. But I think the SWAC they play like a different game that weekend or something.
Yeah, the SWAC can't go because they have a conference championship game the week that the playoffs start. So they have the week they have their conference championship game. The playoffs has actually started for FCS. So I want to say one year FAMU went to the FCS playoffs, but they weren't playing in the Celebration Bowl.
Right.
Who was that?
Alcorn
That
did
was
that,
the year
right?
when Dion went to the Celebration Bowl.
There you go.
Right.
And yes.
It
And
was
they
the
went
first
to
time they
the
went there.
they went to the FCS. Correct.
Now, is it really more beneficial? Is it all about financial with that, or is that more a traditional thing?
Right.
For what?
To bypass the playoff and go to the either the
Celebration
celebration or
Bowl?
yeah.
Well, the Celebration Bowl, it's a great experience, and I think the schools get a nice financial benefit for it. You get to be the first bowl game of the year. You get some national attention. You get national spotlighting for the game and television and such. So, it is a great opportunity, And then I think it's a different environment because it's different when you go through the HBCUs, especially as you go to the games and such. It's a different production. It's a lot of spirit that moves through HBCUs that when you go to other schools, you more so it's kind of just the game, and that's what it is. So I think there's a lot of things that go into them not going into the playoffs, more so than just or bypassing to go to the Celebration Bowl, more than just it being a championship game. I think there's a cultural shift and a cultural vibe about it that you get out of a Celebration Bowl that you're not going to get in the playoffs.
Well, I think the biggest thing, though, Tone, is the Celebration Bowl at the end of the day is still a national championship. So they're going to want that national championship. You know what I mean? Black College national champion. And it comes with $1 million plus check. So, yes, I can see the value of that, and that's important. You know what I'm saying? However, at the end of the day, I want to be the national champion. Like I want. I mean, that's cool, but I understand from an administration standpoint, I understand from a financial standpoint that that's not going to be my call. You know what I mean? My call is we going to play everybody else, and we're going to see just how good we really are. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to, because that's why you play the game. You know what I mean? Like, I tell kids all the time, especially doing recruiting, it's like, if you go into the MEAC and you got a chance to come play for us, right? At the end of the day, what are you playing for at the MEAC? Like Tom said, best, depending on what team you are, you're going to get your conference championship. You ain't never playing for a national title. It's just not going to happen for you. But you can go to a SWAC school, play for a national title. You can go to Southern Illinois and play for a national title. You can go play for those things because your experience, to me, in a MAC school is not that big of experience. You know what I mean? Like, if you're looking to go in and say, okay, I'm going to try I could play Power 5, I'm going to move up. But typically, it's not a big difference from an FCS player and a MAC player. It's like that level of competition or talent is not that big. So, I think when you look at the national championship, you look at the Celebration Bowl, it's a national championship, and they want that.
Willow, do you think that's where a lot of these parents and kids are getting kind of hooked on, quote unquote D1?
I think
those type things. That's why, and they're not looking at like what our man Coach Tone is talking about, and what you talking about is, you could go somewhere and play 10 games and be done. Maybe you go to a conference championship. Maybe you don't, or you could go somewhere where you could play playoff games and play more games and play for a national championship in the spotlight, because that's a national televised game.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of times, J-Mac, is this. We're very braggadocious community, right? My son going to D1, my son going to here, my son going to there. which in actuality might not even be the best place for your child. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, again, when we talk about fits, we're talking about where can I go to let's put it to you like this. B-Roz, wake up. So I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Jack.
Football is football, man. If you can play football, you can play football anywhere. All right, let's just call it what it is, right? If you're a baller, you're a baller. It don't matter, right? But also, you have to be able to go to a place that can develop you holistically. And 9 times out of 10, your true development is never going to come in your first year. It's never going to come in your first year. And very seldom will it come in your second year, but between your second and third year, you'll see your growth grow to heights you've never seen before. But unfortunately, a lot of our kids don't get to that third year to watch their growth go. They quit before that. They transfer before that. They move before that. They do all the things before, as opposed to the thing that they got to do the most of, which is consistently do the same thing every day. And they get bored doing the same thing every day and don't realize that that one day that you leave and quit, that next day is your come up. But you don't know because you quit.
That could be the same thing in high school. Oh, go ahead, Coach. Yeah. Would you even say something, Tone?
No, I wasn't about to say nothing.
Oh, okay. No, I would say, that's almost what we witness here in high school now, right? Like,
Coach. These players, they trying to play now. They trying to play right now.
Varsity by their sophomore year, they pack up the U-Haul. Right? It's time to relocate. It ain't
everybody don't respect development, and the parents, everybody. Like you said, we said braggadocious, right? Like everybody wants their kid to be the hero. Like y'all know how it is. You was a kid too. I didn't develop as fast. Like the cats who was the superstars when I was little in Little League and stuff like that. Like they didn't have the same type of careers. Like some kids peak early. Some kids peak at 6 years old. Some kids peak at 18. Some kids peak at 20. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want my kid to peak at 6. Like I'm cool if my kid got to work it and he got to grind. Like I'm cool with that. But like my little brother went to Edinburgh, which is a Division II program, and he was an All-American. He was a 2-time All-American there. And he had a record book for interceptions, sacks, and or tackles and all type of stuff. But he called me after his freshman camp was over. Like, man, I'm starting on these cats, man. I'm a true freshman out here. And I was like, yeah, man, congratulations. He said, man, I'm way too good to be around these cats, man. Like, they not on my level. And he actually told me the story, which made me remember it. But he was like, well, he said, I told him that, well, if they're not on your level, then make it look like that on film then. Make that show every day, and that's what he did. He ended up having a great career. He got picked up and, got to work out some mini camps and stuff like that. But, we wanted to be D1 so bad, but you don't know where your development is. Like, go where your development is. Go where you can play ball. Because would you rather be at, Texas Tech, stand on the sideline for 4 years watching football? Or would you rather be in the Texas A&M Commerce on the field, playing, hearing your name, family wearing your shirt with pride, happy they got your stuff on? I said, but you could be standing on the sideline of Power 5 school. Mom got your jersey with the jacket over because you're not on the field. So she ain't got no reason to show your numbers off. You know what I'm saying? You got the clean uniform on the sideline. Like, is that what you want? Like, go somewhere where you can get developed and play. Like, you get better at football by playing football. You're not going to get better standing there on the sideline every game. Like, just because you got a Power 5 offer don't mean you're a Power 5 player. Just because you got a Group of 5 don't mean you're a Group of 5. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. And it's hard for people to do that at a young age.
Yeah, Coach Carl say this all the time. The transfer portal often show people what they really are.
Oh yeah.
Like, when you go D1, P5, and then you hit the portal, and now you back, G5 or D2, Coach Carl often say that's pretty much where you should have been in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that's really where you are. Am I right about that, Coach Clark? Am I getting your quote right?
No, that's real because, man, you got to think about it, man. I was just talking to a coach about this the other day, man. He called me and said, hey, man, coming down to Dallas, man, you got to show me where some players are. I said, cool. I said, Coach, y'all in the portal? He said, well, yeah, man, we done got alumni, done got involved in recruiting, and, we want to hit the portal up. And I told him, I told him to his face, I said, on the phone, I said, Coach, you know why y'all terrible? I said, because y'all stay in the portal. There's nothing good in that portal for you. You know what I'm saying? There are too many good football players coming out of high school that you can go get and develop that's going to turn your program around faster than transfer kids. You just got to know what kids to go get. Because because of the portal, all right, college football ain't changed. Meaning everything around the game has changed, how you could transfer and do all those things. Those things have changed, right? But the true programs, the true college football, the blue bloods haven't changed. That's why they're always consistently playing for national championships, because their core base is still high school. Their core base is still developmental. It baffles me, and it just makes me cringe when I see all these HBCUs and some of these FCS programs going to get all these transfer kids, and they still got the same records they've been having. Like, you're not all of a sudden just kicking everybody butts. You still suck. You still 0-11. You still 4-7. It don't matter. So why not go get these high school kids and get them in there and develop them and let them? This may sound crazy as heck. When I was at Alabama A&M, this is the one thing I did. I told kids to come and use us as almost like their way to say, I belong to play at a better program, right? Almost like the JUCO. Like, come play with us, develop, level up. Well, in the course of their developing and leveling up, we won a national title. But you got to do that with high school kids, because college kids, particularly when you got kids who are coming from Power 5, they still coming with that Power 5 mentality. And when they get to programs that are not Power 5, the difference in the way those programs ran are going to run them off altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not have off-campus housing. You might not get a monthly stipend. You know what I'm saying? All those perks that you had at a Power 5, you don't have at an FCS program. You know what I mean? You might not have it at a group of 5. So that transferring and bailing when things are tough, man, is what's wrong with our society in general. We're not tough enough. You know what I'm saying? We're not dedicated to the grind and to the struggle and to the strain. Like, that's what makes you who you are. Just going through that grind, that dark side, coming out on the other side of that is what makes you who you are today. But we so afraid of the darkness, we won't even open our eyes. Shit, it's still gonna be dark whether you close them or open them. But you got to get through it, and you got to trust and prepare and do all that shit. But our kids and our parents, oh, fuck, forget them. You don't even need to be there no way. They just happy to have you. You need to go on the transfer. And the person who's telling them they need to transfer don't even have a college degree. They ain't paying no bills. So you finna give up this college degree and this stipend and this money to come run home and sit next to your mama and your daddy who telling you to leave, and you don't even have an offer or even made conversation behind doors where you going. So now you sitting in the portal, and the only thing you can get is an FCS offer, but you think you better than that. Man, these dudes, that portal's a joke.
Man. Woo! You want to drop the mic? But that's real talk though. That's always been my conversation about the Porters. So many people look at that, and Coach Tone, hey man, I appreciate you coming on. We're gonna let you. We ain't gonna keep you too much longer. But like you said, what we were talking about before the show is a lot of people looking at that 1, 2, 3% of success in the portal, and everybody thinks that's gonna be them. Like everybody think they gonna be that cat that goes from Georgia to Texas and then first round pick, or they goes from Tennessee to Alabama and the first round pick. Like that ain't reality. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how it goes.
That's not, and realistically, a lot of guys are in the portal. You're going somewhere to be a backup or a role player. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just speaking on, like, if we truly go and look at the trend, how many guys transfer and are starters at the school they transfer to? You know, there's gonna be a lot of guys who transfer somewhere and they didn't beat that starter out. So you got to be all right with what you did as a man too when you transfer, because you already ran from your problems at whatever school you was at. Now, not everybody's running from their problems. There are people who legit like, man, I shouldn't be at the University of Michigan. This is spinning right now. I need to go down to a level that I can play at and be all right. Like this is way above me. Like there are people who are that way.
But no, we gotta respect it. You're right, Coach. But we gotta be able to respect that. No, at least they honest what they said.
I respect that. Like that's a legit answer to me. Or I'm at a small school and I'm all everything here. I'm balling out of control. I feel like I should be able to go up. Cool.
Take a shot.
My take says
but
that.
that's cool. Both of those
Right.
situations are cool, right? Like Tony, if a dude drop down, you know what I'm saying, because he know he can't play at that level, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because we could shoot, Tone. We could talk about my man that played at Morgan State with us, the receiver, Dalen.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we could talk about Dalen, how Dalen was at Morgan State. Okay, he was playing with us, and can't think of Dalen's last name. But y'all remember as I continue. Yeah, so yeah, Dalen Baldwin. He was the big time receiver at Jackson State during the spring, and he put up all those numbers with Shiloh with Dion. Then he transferred to Ohio State, and didn't even really see the field. Right. So this kid, had he stayed at Jackson State, continue to put up big numbers, continue to play, he gets his shot to the NFL. He goes to Ohio State, and they show him why he wasn't good enough to play at Ohio State. You see what I'm saying? Like, so we got to be conscious of who and what we are, and where we are in our relationship to our talent. You know, so because sometimes, man, you know, moving up ain't necessarily the best thing. You get caught up there, man, and you can get exposed quick.
All right. But Carl, that's a suicide move to go from Jackson State to Ohio State. That's suicide. All them dogs over there.
To that kid, and bravo to that kid. He believed he could go play at that next level, right, B-Rod? So you can't deter him from that, right? He needed somebody.
You're gonna be mad, man.
Huh?
You're gonna be mad. He ain't go to those states, man.
Where he go?
Michigan.
Right.
And and I think he went to the league for a little bit.
I thought he went to Ohio State.
He played.
Nah, man, that man went to Ohio State, didn't he?
No, man, he was
Nah, man, don't you put that on my alma mater like that. This conversation's gonna change.
Man, we got the wrong school down, man.
Yeah, we do. This conversation gonna change.
That's still the example. It's a lot of young men who
he did go to Michigan, didn't he? Yeah.
It's a lot of men jump to a level they're not ready for. It's a lot of men who at the same time, they dropped down, and maybe they ain't dropped down far enough. Just because you was P5 don't mean that you automatically Group of 5 or FCS. You might be D2.
Oh, Tone,
It is
I'm
too.
all the way wrong. I misrepresented Dalen all the way.
David balled out, man. He was a killer.
Well, no, well.
But I will say this, you remember this conversation. He's not good enough to play for us here. I do remember that conversation.
Okay, so you remember Winfred Penry? What's Winfred last name? Oh, the big D tackle that was out of Illinois that wanted to come here and wanted to come play with us. And he was coming out of JUCO. He said, "Yeah, coach, come to Morgan. I want to play with y'all." Our head coach told him no. He didn't like him. Our D coordinator said they didn't like him. The kid ended up going to Oklahoma and played with the Browns. I think he played with the Browns. But he ended up going to Oklahoma. And I never forget that.
That's the big nose tackle, right?
Yeah, he was the big D tackle. What's his last name? Penry?
His last name was Renfrey, I believe. He was
you
like
were
number
also
8.
told not to bring up Dexter Lawrence's name ever again, too. So
yeah, J-Man, you know who Dexter Lawrence is?
The name sound familiar, yeah.
So he's a big D tackle, played at Clemson. We was in a meeting at Michigan, right? So DJ Dirk was our DC. DJ talking about. I kept saying Dexter Lawrence. They was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Look, Dexter Lawrence. I'm telling you, Coach, Dexter Lawrence." He said, if you bring up Dexter Lawrence's name again, I'm gonna fire you.
now, mind you, at this time, Dexter Lawrence only had like Wake Forest and North Carolina State. He wasn't a Clemson offer guy at this point. Like he was a lower tier Power 5 offer.
Now this was before his thing.
Okay, so he blew up then.
Yeah. So when he got that offer, he committed to Clemson. But when he got to Clemson, he started like his freshman, sophomore, and junior year. Won a natty, made big plays. I think he was a first round draft pick. Another one too though is what's my man name from Cali?
David Long. We found David Long. David Long didn't have. What did he have, Tom? He didn't have no offers, did he? He had
one offer. UNLV. Yeah, UNLV. And you ought to see his highlight tape, man. His highlight tape was so phenomenal. Out of Cali, we signed him. Well, we offered him. And then he blew up. And then what's the other kid that blew up that only had UNLV? Ended up going to he in the league right now, balling. The little running back.
Demetrius Felton.
Demetrius Felton went to UCLA. Yeah. That's and that's like me and Tom, because we was in the recruiting department. So when the transition happened, we didn't have a recruiting staff. So when the coaches went out on the road, we came back and we spent all that time. Like we had like 4 boards, like just full of names. And we sat there and we watched them. And it got to the point where after we watched all these names, we would play the name game. And so the name game would be like, okay, what's this kid name? We'll go down the roster. His name is Junior Battlefield. Oh shit, I know he cold. You know what I'm saying? So we'll watch Junior Battlefield film, and Junior Battlefield be a baller. So that's how we'll find them. You know what I mean? And I remember when the coaches came back, and we was sitting there, and we had just hired Chris. What was Chris' name? Tom
Partridge.
Partridge. Yeah, Chris Partridge. We just hired Chris Partridge, right? So he comes in with his list, and he got his little list, and they looking at him. And they was like, And so I told DJ, I said, DJ, we got a list. He said, let me see your list. I said, Tom got up, pulled the board. We went down about 20 names, and out of them 20 names, we probably offered about 15 of them, man. So that's how we ended up building and start doing that board, and that's how we actually started doing the recruiting department. So when you start saying Michigan, start getting those. Matter of fact, that same year, Chris Partridge won Recruiter of the Year. Now he actually won it, but it was us that did the work.
Hey,
Yeah.
It be like that. It be like that. So, hey, we ain't gonna keep you too much longer. But Coach, I want to know, man, what we gotta do to get Southern Illinois down to the DFW? Cause we got some building blocks down here.
I'm gonna be honest. Our head coach, man, he's a phenomenal dude. He's he's allowing me and other coaches to open up areas of recruiting for him. And I'm saying that because he felt, and it's just from his experience. You gotta understand where you are in Southern Illinois. You'll have good football players here in this region. You won't have a bulk of great football players who could play Division I elite level football. And that's just because of where we are. It's very rural. There's, Carbondale's 20,000 people, but his perspective on high school football is very different from yours or mine, who've seen, you know what I mean? Think about all the Division I athletes you've seen tick through your mind on a daily basis, just K through 12, to compare to him where it's not as many. So my first year here, I went and because I told him when I first got here, he was like, hey, you have 4 scholarships for this transfer portal. We got to bring these guys in. I'm like, and I got here in February and I had to get them in by May. And I'm sitting here like, man, 4 transfer, what? I want high school kids. And they was everybody here was like, well, you can't find high school kids who are good enough to help us win now. And I said, yes, I can. So I went down and I got 2 D tackles from some country backwoods, Southern Georgia. And I got a DN out of St. Louis. And those 3 are my 3 most talented. They redshirt. They played in all 4 games this year, except for one of the D tackles. He couldn't because he was academic redshirt. But the other 2 played in all 4 games that they could. Redshirted, played in the playoffs. So they got 6 games of experience, and they're still freshmen. But the one who didn't play at all is the best of all of them. And he shuts down a team period by himself, ruthless. But now him seeing that, he's like, oh, we can get kids who are 18 who are good enough. You just gotta go get the right ones. And so now I'm going into my home area, which is Northeast Ohio, because we got 4 kids who we got to come here this off season from there. So now he's opening that up, and now our corners coach, Coach Hawthorne, is going down in that Dallas area where he's gonna start, get down into that area. But it's one of those things where I ain't gonna say it's got to be worth our while, but it's got to be one of those things where the love is reciprocated. Texas is a state that kids do travel. Texas kids go to any school across the country, compared to you go to certain states and those kids don't travel well. So you can't waste your time in those states because those kids, no matter what, notoriously they're not traveling. You know what I mean? So we are going to start having a presence down there this off season in May. But it's really about, can we get some kids out of high school, and get them eval and get them offered and get them committed to get them younger rather than catching everybody in the transfer portal who's from Texas on the back end. Rather try to catch some guys in the front. So we will have a guy's name is Coach Terry Hawthorne. He played with me at the University of Illinois. He was an All-American there. He's a first-round draft pick. Played for the Steelers. Probably would still be playing right now if he didn't blow his knee out. He was for real. But he's our corners coach, but he'll be down that area coaching, recruiting. So
give him Coach Carter's number. We can send him in the right direction.
I know that.
We hit the dub, especially if he comes to DFW.
Hey, Tom, come down and have a camp with us, man.
When y'all having camps?
Whenever you can come down.
You give me you tell me in June when, and we can go.
All right, that's what's up. That's all I need to know.
I'll show you our camps. I'll shoot you my camp schedule of what our dates are, so that you don't put it on the same date. But I can come down there.
All right, bet.
All right. Tell little man we're gonna interview him next, man. Cause he
What up,
already
Xander?
Oh yeah, we got to. We got to interview little man next.
Tell my little homie I said what up.
Coach Carr said what up. He's
Yeah, we got to interview your
this our
assistant
first
coach.
time. It's our first time rocking together like this because he always wants to stay with me when my wife goes back to her hometown. She's from Chicago, and he always wants to stay with me, but she always like, no, he coming with me, he coming with me, he coming with me. Well, she finally let him stay, so he gonna be with me for the next couple weeks, and so he gonna be on the
That's
road
what's
with me
up.
and stuff, going recruiting.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah, he learning early.
But
Hey, where's Zen? Zen gone? She went back to Chicago?
yeah, she Zen trying to go shopping and everything else in this world.
Yeah. Okay, but tell Zen I said what up. She
She's
taller
on
than
a
you
whole
yet?
different level. Man, she's tall. She is tall. She just
She
turned
hooping?
8 too, so no,
She hooping or
we
she
haven't
still
done
just
hoops.
doing gymnastics
does
and cheering?
She does tennis, she does gymnastics, piano. Yeah, she is very tall. But no, they don't really do junior sports down here, man. They don't start sports until they're like 10 or something in this area. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was like, shoot, I was playing football, everything in kindergarten, right with the boys club. Like,
For real.
T-ball, $25. Like, but so Xander played. He was 5 in the fall, but he played in the 7 and 8-year-old football league, flag football. He got to play with the older kids this year, but I had to go down there and pull I'm a college coach and I want my kid to play card to get them to let my son play. But yeah, that's one of the things we're looking to find somewhere where it's a little more serious about youth sports as well, because it ain't necessarily that I want them to follow my path as being an athlete or nothing, but y'all know, like, sports provides that structure to life, positive
Right.
outlet to things. It helps you learn how to deal with adversity and things. So give them a good foundation. Whatever they decide to do with it from there, is on them.
Yes, sir. Right. Hey, once again, man, we appreciate you, Coach. And we definitely we want to like I say, I want the DFW presence everywhere. So if y'all down this way with crew, holla at us, man. We point you in the right direction. No
No
problem.
doubt. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any final word shot? Hey, before you go, well, I think I already know the answer, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Pac or Biggie?
Pac.
Already.
Oh yeah. I'm calling out.
Hey, listen, J-Man, this light-skinned dude got some toxicity in him, man, for real.
He does. Yeah, he's definitely more Chris Brown. I see that right now.
Yeah, he's way more Chris Brown.
Hey, I appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate
Have a good one,
Appreciate y'all
man.
having
No,
me.
love you, fam. Appreciate you, man.
Man, y'all have a good one. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Already.
Hey,
That was good. That was good.
Man. Hey, you going to
Oh,
stay
yeah.
tonight?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either, man. I was thinking about it. Let's give us a quick shout outs, man. Shout out to Duncanville Track, girls and boys. They won
Yes, sir.
regionals,
They headed
headed on the state. Yes, sir. They headed to state for the big showdown with the Houston schools. They got Tazstita and North Shore. North Shore, man, like I said, they transferred but got cleared because they just
Yeah,
balled.
there's something going on in North Shore. They rolling, and they never roll like this. And
They rolling, man. They rolling, man.
Hey, man, y'all going down to state? When is state? Next week?
No, it's the second
It's 2
weekend of May.
It's 2 weeks. I'm gonna try, Coach. You want to go?
Yeah, man, let's go, man.
Hey, well, crank
Yeah,
up
we
the
can
Range Rover. We'll ride.
Yeah. Yeah. I run out of seat.
Hey, I'm just talking about the gas, man. I ain't tripping about that.
We staying overnight, just so you know.
Oh, goddamn.
But say, J Matt, you think Duncanville gonna get state boys? Then they gonna finally get over the hump this year.
Man, I gotta go back and look. Matter of fact, is Alonzo in there? I gotta ask Alonzo. I gotta ask somebody like How many from Atascocita actually made it to state? Because that's gonna tell us all we need to know. And,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's gonna tell us what we need to know, because you know you can almost count that they gonna get first in that 100 and probably the 4x1, maybe even
Yeah, that's 4x1.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they gonna,
I don't know,
that
man.
4x2 might be. That 4x2 might be a little shit. That
Hey,
4x2 might be.
Duncanville.
4x4 is gonna be close.
Hey, Duncanville gonna win state this year.
I think so too, Coach.
They're gonna win state. And here's the thing: I would love for them to beat Atascocita. Did I say that right? Did you like that, J-Mac? Say I said that?
You said it right.
Yeah. I would
It
love
only
for
took
them
2
to
years,
beat
Coach.
them.
It only took 2 years. It only took you 2 years to get it right, but you got it, Coach.
Well, thank you, B-Rise. You
It
know,
only took 2 years.
yeah, it was a lot that went into that, and
I still care for that.
yeah, I mean, I'm loyal and faithful to it. So I think that one of the things we got to do, man, on the cool. I think Duncanville gonna win, and the reason why is because I think they're at their best every week since they've been rolling, and I think Caden Durham is doing his thing, but I think the competition of the moment. I think North Shore Track and Acosta, that's gonna be in Duncanville. 1, 2, 3.
We gotta go.
I don't know in what order, but it's gonna be 1, 2, 3.
We gotta go out, man.
When Duncanville just need to, yeah, it's neat, man.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Hey, real quick, man, it's springtime, right? I'm gonna try to, y'all know I'm gonna hit Chisholm Trail. I spoke to you earlier last week. I'm gonna hit Chisholm Trail this Tuesday, and I think I'm gonna try to go check out my guy Coach Boone up there at Newman's Mill. Go holler at the homie, man. I'm pulling for him to win district. I know it's gonna be between him and Jack. I know they're gonna be battling it out. That's the game we gotta circle. We gotta be at that game. We gotta go to West Mesquite, Carrollton, Newman's Mill. I think WTY still in that district. I think they are, right?
I hope so, because hey, they're West Mesquite and the white gang gonna be good too.
That West Mesquite, yeah. So I think I'm gonna go
so
check out.
They're in there with your homeboy with Rap a Lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good day. That's all right district. That's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right district. I feel like
but we got a lot of people we rooting for in that district though.
Got a lot of people, man. You know, when you root for everybody, you just gotta sit back and let it play out.
Shit.
It just don't get no prediction when they play each other. Because we can't get no prediction either. Because they play each other, you know, they get some coaches, Saturday night they get their feelings, man, and they, they don't want to talk to it no more. They die down. They don't come on the show.
I learned since I've been doing the show. I was telling, this is no joke. I was talking to a coach, and I said, man, I did not realize. Like, I'm from the old school. I grew up, playing football in the 80s, early 90s, where, you just thought all the coaches were just, some big, tough, scraggly guy, you know what I'm saying? And just, it was, quit your crying, helpful, you know what I'm saying? And don't get tired over there type, you know what I'm saying? Just,
right.
Yeah, no, other than Coach Wall. Coach Wall was the only one, but he was even tough, and he cried often. But he was tough. You weren't gonna mess with him, right? Like, I just didn't realize nowadays it's just a different. We're in a different era where, I think these coaches now are a little bit more sensitive. They're a little bit more. You got to kind of finagle with them. You got to kind of,
Is that kind of like J-Mac, kind of like with Ty right now?
Yeah, because Ty's saying, well, he talked tough and rough, but, them championships have got him, he's a big teddy bird now. He's a big golden bird now.
Mm-hmm. But he pouting right now because he don't want to come on the show. I don't appreciate you pouting right now, Todd. I don't know where you at. You ain't in these chats, so let me find you. Where you at, Todd?
He was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he left though, because J-Mac didn't send him the link.
No, he got the link. Look. Right there.
Oh, man, right there.
That's what you mean, go. What up, Coach? That's my boy, man. What up?
But yeah, glad you ain't pound Todd.
He said we use him. He said we use him as well.
How you doing, Coach?
What up, Coach? You hear?
He's
Coach,
not coming in on.
Yeah.
He's not coming in on my end for some reason. Todd, do me a favor. Can you hear me? Tell me to go out and come back in.
Hey, go back out and come back in, Todd. Todd, we can't hear you.
Okay, yeah. You know that
his picture never showed, so that's why I didn't add him. But he came in, and I was like, "Well, when does he go? When does he go? When does his picture go pop up?" But it never popped up. You know.
No, Coach cool.
You know, I'm just saying, man. So that's why we can't do the one and done, boys. We can't be doing all this because we can't be hurting these coaches' feelings, and we can't be.
Hey, man.
I'm just. This is me. This is Jeremy.
Whatever, J-Man.
I ain't even J-Mac no more. I'm just Jeremy. That's trying to. I ain't trying to ruffle these folks' fellas.
Then they need to win. They need to win. That's what they need to do. Like I'm tired. Man, I'm tired of a lot of stuff right now. I don't want to cuss and just go ignorant, but I'm tired of a lot of people and their issues, and they bringing their issues on in my life. I don't like that. Keep your issues to yourself. If you can't win, don't coach. Just teach.
Man, coach.
I wonder how many coaches that don't win when they teach a subject. Do they subject matter? Do their kids pass their class? Now I wonder how many people got failing classes that are failing coaches. I wonder. What you think, Big Rise? How many you think awful coaches are awful teachers?
Well, let's be real. Most coaches don't teach no more. They got a teacher certificate, but they're not really teaching. But most of them don't. The one that do, I'm pretty sure most of them failing.
Because
we just know one coach is here.
What constitutes a bad coach, though?
That's a good question. What makes you a bad coach?
Do what I think. You get all the talent and can't get over the hump. You ain't relatable to your players.
But that's a result, right? That's a result, right? So, what makes them a bad coach, right? Like what ingredients go into a bad coach? Like what ingredients do you put in to make a bad coach?
Not winning is one of them.
I can't say it's not winning because what if you at somewhere that you not in the hot spots of the DFW?
You're right.
Because I remember this is what made me kind of trip with these coaches. I remember before the first group got shut down, right? It was a coach that used to come in there, and he used to always talk about X's and O's, and he was like, half you guys can't do this, can't do that, and y'all don't know. So I saw the coach, so I looked him up, right? Come to find out, he was at I think he was at TJ. He was the football coach at TJ. And
TJ?
Yeah. But he was big on the X's and O's, right? Like he was, I went on his profile and saw how he talked. And he had good commentator when he was looking at the pros and the college games about X's and O's. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe he knows X's and O's, but he just at a spot where, you ain't got the cat daddies and you ain't got the structure to be able to win. So let
me say this, man. You're right. But you know what? This is my opinion. We know Gucci Man for to come back on in a minute. But Coach Todd is not really no S and O's type coach. He's a great coach, but he's more of a hands-on coach. He's a more personable coach. I don't think Todd is no S and O's. Even not Ward either. I don't think they so much no S and O's type coaches. They're so, but they can relate to their players. they can, they got that grit about them. Like I said, they lead among the man. But this coach who you're talking about, let's just say he is an X and O's guy. Let's just saying, if he's not winning, are we gonna ever know who he is?
Well,
he gotta do something.
Maybe he's an X and O guy, and I agree with the homie Mitch. Is if you're just a yeller and not a teacher, I don't think you're a good coach. Like, that's me.
Right.
To me, good coaches are teachers. So if you can't teach what you know, if you can't relate what you know to a kid to where he can perform it, whether he got the talent to beat somebody else or not, but he fundamentally knows what to do, then I think, to me, that's not being a good coach.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, that's why I always say I think a great coach is a great teacher. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We're teachers. Right? It's your job to teach a kid a formation, a play, the understanding, the basic technology. I mean, the basic way of fundamentals of how to play the game in a position. But you get a lot of cats that's just yelling, and they're not coaching. You know what I mean? And I had to learn as a earlier coach when I first started coaching because I was so passionate. I could teach them, but then a lot of times my delivery would get caught. My message would get lost during my delivery. You know what I mean? So for us, it's more of, learning how to speak and communicate with those kids to get them to do what you want them to do. But it's a lot of bad coaches out there. Todd, can you hear us, Todd?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, what makes a bad coach, Todd?
I would say just like a black room teacher where you can't get the whatever you're trying to get across to the kids.
I still ain't got it, man. I don't know what's going on.
Man,
yeah, I heard him. I heard
J-Mac and them pops.
I can't hear him. Can y'all hear him out there?
I hear him.
Yeah, we can hear him, J-Mac.
Yeah, that's J-Mac because he AI mode today.
Oh, they say you're an AI. You ain't even real, B.
Can you hear me, J-Mac?
What?
Yeah, you gotta give him sign language, Todd.
Oh.
I can't hear you, Todd. Matter of fact, I don't even see you. I can show you my screen, and it's blank.
What the hell?
I think you blocked me, Todd. I think that's probably why.
Man,
I think you got mad. You should have been mad at Willow, and I think you blocked me. That's why I can't see.
Well, we can all see you and hear you, but you can't hear me.
That's right, Todd. I think he got the problem.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I knew it wasn't you, Todd.
No, I believe you, Todd, because I'm listening to them.
Look at you, man. What you do to Todd? Todd, what you do to J-Mac?
Man, I don't know, man. He must have had something at his birthday gathering or something, man.
Hey, J-Man, won't you go out and come back in?
Yeah. Host with the most.
Good boy. Let me try that.
Do it when I turn this off. All right, Todd. What makes a bad coach, man?
I would say whatever you're trying to teach a kid, if they're not able to convey it back or do what you're trying to instruct them to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like have you ever been around a coach and just like looked at him and be like, oh my God, this dude is terrible?
Yeah, I've seen some most bad coaches. Well, I ain't gonna say bad coaches I've seen, but most coaches that I be shaking my head at it don't be because what they saying, it be like they lack of knowledge about what they be talking about, be so remedial and shit.
Do you have any of those on your staff?
No, I mean, a lot of everybody IQ ain't the same. You know, we got a wide variety of IQs in football. So, I mean, everybody ain't on goddamn calculus level, but shit.
So you're more with the keep it simple model.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, because what's complex to others, if you're a good teacher, it may not be complex to the students or the kids you're getting it across to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So it may be hard for you to understand because you ain't around it every day, or maybe you ain't get the foundation of the learning part right. But to the kids, I think it's easy once they get a hold of. I mean, I let kids name shit like when I was coaching.
Yeah, I did too. Like we used to when we named our defense, we made it so simple. We would give them like rappers names. So like we'll like go for the fronts, we'll call Ross. But Ross was really the front was 305, which 305 is Miami's zip code.
Yeah.
Right, and then we would have one called Atlanta. It'd be ATL, which is 404, which is just a 4I 0 and a 4I. You know what I mean? But it's all about how you equate it to the kid to let them learn a lot easier and just kind of take it out their hands. So yeah, that's good. Now let me ask you this though, Todd. B Rides, could you teach Todd how to skate, and how would that look?
I can teach how to skate.
When are we gonna find this out?
Nah, teach your ass how to skate. Weird, damn me.
Well, no, Todd, you're a better athlete, Todd.
Nah, my body ain't built for that shit. I be done failed and toe my ankle or Achilles up or something. I ain't get on no.
Man, you got it. Man, you got that good DID insurance, man. You good?
Man, that should have had your ass limping for 40 years like Sam. Shit, fuck that.
No, but I can definitely teach them. But like I said, but say, coach, are you one of the type of coaches like when you frame stuff the key? They use like those big old terms. I guess those. Trying to see what's the word I'm looking for. I guess they use. I don't want to say like big word. That y'all use those type of terms. Where it's kind of like just simplify. Are you more so just kind of have like a concept that you give to the kids or try to teach to them, or did you try to like simplify it?
I mean, my shit probably more comedy laced. You know what I'm saying? When I'm teaching like a kid messing up something, I'm gonna make it, more to a joking type of, like a joke type of matter. My teacher style, it's very kid friendly. Long as they NC-17 type shit.
Right.
It ain't no PG. I will say something, but they'll understand and they'll laugh at it though. More so than just take it personal.
Right.
My particular style. I ain't out there using no big words like vernacular and all that type of, all that type of shit. Hell nah. Like, you gonna talk like that, take your ass to chemistry class, go teach a goddamn English class or something.
I know a few weeks ago we had the coach from Paris on. He said something to the stand, but basically saying, like most coaches now, they don't use that, that military type style no more. How like old school, how Coach Carr, Fred, how they do back in the day, that old school approach, this more military type, just in your face, just drill you type deal,
But see, I don't really think that was military because I think old school coaching was more penitentiary style coaching. More so the military, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Cause like, I ain't never been in no military, but like one of my things is I know some people do boot camps and all these camp shit, but I really ain't with that shit, just standing up with your hand behind your back and all that shit like you in the goddamn army and shit. That ain't how you even bullets go offline.
Like that. Remember the type shit, huh?
Yeah, I ain't without all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it got to be there. Here, that ain't for me.
Right.
Right.
But you know what, B Rise? That style of coaching, I think that our kids need structure, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? The one thing that they really want more than anything is structure. The second most important thing that they want is to just know that you got a voice. So you don't have to
Right.
talk crazy to them. And sometimes when you do talk crazy to them, if you love on them long enough, if you listen to them long enough, when you do talk crazy to them, they're not taking it as, oh, coach don't like me. It's more of, all right, I'm tripping. Let me get my stuff together, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our kids, and kids in general, white, black, or whatever, is that they just want to make sure that they are being heard. And you ain't gotta do everything they say, but when you do listen to them, and then I would say add some of the things that they are talking and voicing their concerns about. If they see that you're actively making those things better for the team in better situation, the kids will respond in a different manner. So what are some of those things that you've done, Todd, to kind of get your kids to like know this is how we doing it? And I'm talking about one, before the state championship thing, and the one thing that you're still doing after going to 3 straight.
I try to come up with stuff that they're gonna touch their soul. You know what I'm saying? Like I want motherfucker being that shit like if you ain't locked in, like you shitting on your mama type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You let somebody come to your house and beat your mama ass, and you just sitting there looking, you ain't a man type of shit. So my pregame, like before the state game, it was the night before the first year. Like we just had some real talk about like understanding the moment we in and how many great people have played in DISD football, not just soccer, that ain't never got this moment and the opportunity to be on this stage, and y'all got it today. It's just how we owe motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's a long list of people we owe to go out there and get this shit done, because a lot of them paid the way but didn't ever have the coaching or didn't have the discipline on their team, or the ball just didn't bounce their way. So, they just, didn't ever get that opportunity. Then I went back through and I start reflecting on kids back before they were born. Like, when I went to school with your mama, you know what I'm saying? Me and your daddy went to school, and the reason why your daddy sent you here is because I was the coach here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I started touching that shit. Some of them cats' parents wasn't lit like Big Bubba's father had died. You know what I'm saying? So, now Big Bubba, he a different guy. I had to make him come sit down with me. He laughing. You can be talking to goddamn Jesus on the cross, and Bubba gonna be laughing. So I keep Bubba big ass. He had to come sit with me up in the front, because he does a big ass play for Brown. But the rest of them cats, like they was locked in, and they knew the importance of the moment. And when we left out that room, I went straight to bed. See, me and my boy, my son, he stayed with me, so we went straight to bed. I ain't checking no curfew. I ain't looking at shit. Motherfucker ain't ready for this moment. Will, after all this shit we done been through, and the only people they done talked about in Dallas been Dallas Carter all these years, and we had the opportunity where we finna match this shit. If you don't got it by then, ain't nothing I can say to you. So, and shit, I woke up early that morning, like 5 o'clock. Shit, them kids were locked in. And shit, let go and get on their goddamn bus.
That's but you got the trait. I'm back. I hear y'all, and I heard so I'm back.
Welcome back, Jeremy.
Thank you, man. You know what? You've been a lot less violent today, and I appreciate it. Except when you were talking about the transfer portal earlier, and talking about these folks' parents.
I despise that transfer portal and their parents.
But
I think, and I was telling somebody, I was telling Ward, I was talking to Ward, your DC, and I was just like, it ain't that many ties out here. You like what Todd said, you're not getting that. You don't get that anywhere. It ain't that many ties, ain't that many samples, it ain't that many mattresses. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, those are the old school, or closest to the old school we gonna get. You know what I'm saying? As far as just really raw.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to touch your soul in them big motherfucking moments. Like I want you walking that motherfucker like, God damn. But you know, them kids, they be feeling that shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like they be understanding where I be coming from, and they understand Coach Tom may got a fucked up way of delivering his message, but they get the message at the end of the day. And shit, you know, that's all I could ask, man. You know, like so each one. I really can't remember what the message was this year, cause maybe that's why we lost. Shit, maybe I didn't give a good enough goddamn message.
No, they just gave a better message.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, what was it? I think y'all was kind of lowered into that one. Like, I mean, you still human, right? And you gotta be a
Right.
damn near robot, you know, to be able to just continue to do the same thing over and over and over with the same intensity and the same passion.
Yeah. But the thing too was I will say when I think about it, the hard part is like you said, do something over and over. But at the same point, I think it gets some complacency at a point too. But one thing I can say that I did all 3 years is I went and took my ass to sleep after the team meeting and got my ass in the bed. I did that every 3 years. It wasn't no change in that. I think for the kids this year, I think a lot of them this year had never been in the entire team because you got to realize we really lost a majority of the people that guided us to the Holy Grail. You know what I'm saying? And I think these cats this year didn't really understand how big the moment was to a point because they were like, I think in a way we thought we was gonna just get guaranteed to receive the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because we got back there.
Yeah,
and getting
exactly.
back there just a small part, winning that motherfucker the big part. And you know, like that's something that I wish I would have changed and probably did something different the night before. With this group of kids, the last 2 group of kids, because you got to know your personnel too, though. It will tell you this. Like sometimes you may got a team that just love to fuck around, but that's how they be ready. You know, like them motherfuckers, they don't gotta go to sleep. Like they can stay up till 5 in the morning, wake up at 6, and go ball. Then you got another group that's maybe younger than them that see that, but then try to emulate what they've seen, but not understand that's not what they can do.
Right.
So they got to go about it another way than what they've seen, and I think that's what kind of happened this year. The first 2 classes, like just their mentality, it was like they operated differently. Like I could let them be loose. It didn't matter. I wasn't putting no constraints on them worth shit. Like if they want like more people on the bus to the game, on the defense bus, like shit, that shit a fucking concert, but everybody on the bus quiet. The only thing, that's how I learned all the young boy songs. That's how I learned all that shit, ride that bus to them games in the playoffs.
Do you ride the defensive bus or the first bus, or is the defensive bus the first bus?
Right.
Going back to, there's a lot of shit I started that just ain't probably stopped. That's one thing I can say. The defense bus is always the first bus.
Okay.
Even going back to Skyline, going back to Lincoln, and that just wasn't no stamp shit. That was shit that I just felt like defense gonna lead us into the goddamn game. And if we die, the offense still gonna make it there. But we gonna goddamn lead their ass to this motherfucker.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit, both you and Sapp was defensive coaches, so shit, hell yeah.
Nah, Sapp was an offensive coach though, man.
He was, but when he became head coach, he believed in building that defense first.
Nah, but you gotta know the true history, bro. The history of the defensive mindset that was instilled in me, and that's instilled in all them Lincoln cats, which spread to the other schools. That shit come from Ricky Lewis. Like the defensive mindset that any Samples team has ever had is Ricky Lewis mindset. He was the defensive coordinator at Lincoln all them years. Like that's really where that shit come from. It ain't from. I'm telling you right now, it ain't from nobody else but him.
Okay.
But
Learn
you got,
something new tonight.
you know what I'm saying. But in order to know, you had to be one of them ones in the circle to know that shit. But now
Right.
Ricky Lewis, and you'll see him if you look on Joe Thomas' page. Joe Thomas took him down there to the end of the spring game with him. He a big black 6'4" dude from Ennis. They had that Goree look. You know how Goree always look like something wrong and he mad?
Yeah.
That's how Colua was. You be like, God damn, Colua don't never smile. All he do is beat people's ass all day.
Well, is that all he did?
Yeah, he'll whoop your ass. Yeah, you go get that boy put on your ass. You know, like Coach Lewis was the type of coach where, like when the cat say something, like your mom could be like, you ain't playing, but if Coach Lewis called your ass, you had pneumonia, your ass gonna be at that goddamn school. And your mama gonna let you play because Coach Lewis says something.
God damn.
Was he ever a head coach anywhere, Todd?
He was. When Sam left, he became the AD at Lincoln, and then I think he was the DC when Coach Sam was there, and then he retired.
Oh, okay.
But but he was the type of coach where he gonna have your ass run through that wall. Now you may not knock that wall down, but you gonna get your ass back up and try to run through that shit again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where the mindset came from with Coach Lewis.
So that sounds like what we're talking about, the last of the old school coaches.
Yeah, cause when I was in Lincoln, me and Coach Doug, who the coach at Lancaster basketball now, like we called ourselves the young punks, cause we couldn't do shit. We was like we wasn't nothing but a high level kid in that motherfucker.
Is that how they treated y'all? Cause y'all was the young pups?
Hell yeah.
We said, but look what they did to you. Todd, seemed to me they was grooming you.
I know, man. I'm like, God damn, boy.
Man, look what you and Doug done did already.
Yeah, you right though. Yeah, from sitting in that Lincoln gym just chilling like a mug.
And I don't think you could do these new coaches like that now. Like, can you imagine if you told one of these new coaches, sit down, shut up, and learn something?
I mean, the thing with how they were back then, man, like them cats, man, they was stuck in it like shit. They were from a different era, man. To be real with you, man, like Coach Lewis, man, man, I was scared. Even when I started coaching, I didn't want to be around Coach Lewis. I like to this day. Like hell no, when I started coaching, and then like Coach Lewis, the one like if y'all out finna go somewhere, you gotta get coaches' cars. Everybody go jump somebody else's car and be like, damn, I ain't riding Coach Lewis. Hey, it was times I was on the bus stop raining, he may roll by like, you want to ride, Todd? Nah, I'm waiting for the bus coach. Hey, but he was cool dude though, but man, he just instilled that fear in your ass, man. I hated that dude.
So you rather stay on the parking lot and just drown than ask for a ride?
Hey, hell nah. I mean, when I was grown, and we had to go to the funeral play because Pat Howley got shot at a party, and we had to go buy some flowers because we were walking outside. And Coach Lewis was like, Todd, you ride with me. You know how that shit be like when you ride with your granddad and them, and you just sitting there.
Yep.
You don't turn your head to the side.
He was grooming you, Todd.
Hey,
no kidding.
Hey, but you know the whole time what he used to say, he said, man, all these years, everybody's so scared of me. And all I want to do is just talk to people.
That was my next question, because usually them type, that's what they do when they get you, is they start asking you questions then.
Yeah. I will say he did spread a lot of game to me and kind of just put me on, on some game though, man. But nah, that Coach Lewis, dog, I swear to God, man, like, I'd be like, God damn, Coach Lewis, fuck, niggas start going the other way. Like, that's what I'm saying. At Lincoln, you weren't really worried about Coach Samples. Everybody running for Coach Lewis.
So Coach Lewis was the enforcer.
Shit. Motherfucker was the Avengers by itself. Hey, I remember he like it's like if you want to quit, you couldn't quit. He'd be like, you quit out of practice. Hey, all I know is like, you know, back in them days, you know, it used to get, I guess it got a little physical and shit. Like I remember, like, you know, you get them real thug kids that go in that office with them, and all of a sudden you just start hearing a bunch of boom, 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 boom. Goddamn, shit, cause Lil walk out that motherfucker like, shit.
He ain't even worried about it.
Who next? Shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't want none of that. I'm good, coach.
Hey, Will, he be like, I don't care what you do, you gonna take these licks though.
He
I ain't
said,
taking those licks. Yes, you will. Next thing you know, they be
Hey, who was worse, him or Coach Walton?
Coach Lewis. Coach Lewis was worse, but Coach Walton, they was of the same cloth, but Coach Lewis just had a meaner look than Coach Walton. But Coach Walton, another dude, I ain't want to be around him neither. I think I run around the corner or something.
yeah.
Coach Walton beat you with love.
Yeah.
You know, he might even cry. He might even cry after he finished.
Yeah, and then won't talk to you after this.
Yeah.
Man, I don't got time. I ain't got time for that, man.
Nah, there's no talk.
Hey, Coach, you remind me when you talk about Coach Lewis, I was gonna ask you, did he come out there looking like James Evans after he whooped Mad Dog?
Shit, hey, what did I say? I don't know what I went on that road or if it may have been staged or what. But I ain't never seen no kid come out victorious.
They blowing tired up. Get off that show. Get out.
Hey, Coach Lewis done got a hold of Todd.
That's why Coach Lewis.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Coach Lewis pulled up to your crib, Todd.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I'm talking Todd. I think somebody called. It might have threw him off.
Yeah, I had a call was coming in.
Coach Lewis, was that Coach Lewis?
Hey, I would have went to sleep. Hey, I would have went to sleep like a mug if it was. but Coach Walton used to be like that too, though. But I'd be like, God damn, Coach Walton.
Nah.
Like I'm telling you, like to this day, Coach Lewis and Coach Walton, like, God damn, fool. Like, man, Coach Walton used to be hell.
Man, Coach Ball was cold, man. Man, everybody was Wayne. Mitchell Wayne, William Wayne.
Or Junior.
And then everybody came from a good Christian loving family.
Oh, and you were gonna stay them prayer after the prayer. I don't give a damn. You might have been a Muslim, but you could be a Muslim if you want to, but you go take that D and say them prayer.
All right.
You had no choice. Shit.
Nah, you gonna sing that, B-Rise. It was going down. You did not have a choice, B-Rise.
Yeah, nah, man. Hey, Coach Walton used to. He the only person to this day that called me by my first name, man. To this day. And, hey, you know what's crazy? Like during football season, it'll be just sporadically. He'll just send me a text message, man. It'll just be some random, like just keep your nose clean. You know, like it be some shit like that.
He be doing me like that too. Don't embarrass us.
I'm like, I wonder what Coach Walton thinking right now. Hey, Coach Walton, if I see it, he'll be like Clifton. I'll be like, God damn, that Coach Walton, fool. No, nobody called me that but him.
That's him.
Hey, yeah, Coach Walton just beat our ass too, though, man. That shit wasn't fun either. When I play, I don't know if you were playing, Will, but when you were playing, was he still smoking cigarettes?
He just got done. He was in that trance.
He was
still smoking. J Mac, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's still smoking.
Because he used to have him in his back pocket.
Yeah,
He
he
used to
kept in
have
that
me in
back pocket. And them tight ass coaching shorts. He had
So we
it.
had them bike pants on, them
Hey
bike
man,
shorts.
hey, I'll never forget. He used to come in the huddle, man, and he would blow that smoke through everybody's face masks in the huddle. I swear to God.
Yeah, he did. He was
And
used to smoking.
he'd be like, turn to the right. Then he'd be like, nah, turn to the left. I was like, man.
And it was tandem. It was
Ain't no way in
tandem.
the world you get away with that now. Like, can you imagine going to school and the head coach out there smoking a cigarette in the huddle?
Hey,
Hey.
I'm talking about it blow that smoke straight through my face.
Hey, and his daily attire was those Sauconys, those white Sauconys, those baby blue bike shorts, and that polo shirt, that white polo shirt. And he used to put his shirt into his pants, and he had them long white socks.
Yep.
And then he had that big old he had that big old cigarette pack in his back pocket. And then Coach Elliott, remember Coach Elliott? Was it Coach Elliott?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had the dip. So he was all it was all type of wrong going on.
All types of wrong, man. And he had it right at practice.
Hey man, hey, that Coach Walter, man, like I swear to this day, man, like he's 1-on-1.
He is.
We ain't gonna never see no more. I don't think we're gonna see no more of them types.
I mean, because he won like 4 years without losing a game.
I'm just talking about in the amount of time he was in one school, like
years.
And he was cool being there, because I'm pretty sure he could have moved up if he wanted to.
But I'm telling you though,
he left Kingston to go to Carter, right? I mean, to go to Atwell, right?
What's that?
He left Kingston to go to Atwell, right?
Man, I don't know where he came. I know he's from West Dallas, and I know one time his coach had told him he needed to get in better shape. So Coach Walter told us one day that he jogged so far that he didn't know where he was, and he got lost, and he ended up finding out he was almost in Waco. And his mama had to come pick him up. I was like, man, you stop lying, Coach Walter. And then I remember, man, like so Goldsmith was gonna play in the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, Coach Walter, now he was the most organized dude. Like this dude to give your itinerary and a playbook. I still got it somewhere. From day one to the end of the season with every day outlined on that motherfucker. But I mean, he dropped the playbook and a football off at Goldsmith House. And he said Goldsmith was out there cutting the front yard. And he was like, that's a man. And he got a whole speech to us about how Goldsmith was a man because he was cutting the front yard, bro. Yeah. I was like, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. You just ain't gonna find them cats that just that old school manly, grouchy, grizzly coach. Like we ain't no more of them, dog. I just don't see it. It just maybe in the country, some small town somewhere, it might be a good old fashioned, old school. But I don't think we're gonna ever see them no more.
Well, the rules have changed so much, J Mac. Well, you can't even look at a kid long enough, without getting suspended. You look at a kid like you want to do something, they gonna call Child Protective Services, and you ain't gonna have no job.
And you damn sure better not lock yourself in the office with one and see who coming out.
Yeah, he was been that plus center, had a little weight room in there. Hey, when we was at Lincoln, Coach Lewis didn't have no class, so nobody ever knew what he did for teaching. But he supposed to be like the ISS teacher. So the kids like one day, they're like, Coach Lewis, man, you ain't got no class, man. Is you a teacher? Like making a joke about that shit. But Coach Lewis say, I teach discipline. Nah, I used to be rolling.
Ah,
Man, we need both Coach Lewis's around here.
Hey, say, man, I tell you, every time I see Goree, I always think that made me think Cole Lewis because they just had that mean look on their face, like shit, like they just ain't happy. I was like, God damn, Cole Lewis had your ass run through a wall and then tell your ass get back up and do that shit again. You're like, man, come on, Cole, I know gotta be a better way.
Now, was he good? Was he a good DC?
I mean, for that era, you know, that era back in that day was, you know, shit about just running into people.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't the most fundamentalist sound shit, but you know, one thing it was gonna teach you, you gonna be physical, or you wasn't gonna play.
yeah, you had to be able to stop the run back in them days.
Yeah, you know, just straight out formation, man. Shit, the only play was a fade or a tight end flicker or some shit.
Yeah, just be and hope that shit had to go against no team that ran the option.
Yeah. Hey, boy, yeah, them cats back then, dog. Cause look, I used to be at work, man, feel like I was a goddamn kid again. Feel like, fuck, why I signed up for this shit?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now, do you think that is that where you took something from his style? Like, did you take a little bit from your style from those guys, or you just to make your own style? Because I mean,
Yeah,
you got your own
I mean,
style, but
no, yeah, like that's what you do. You steal a paint, you steal a little bit from everywhere that may have set an impression on you, and then you just mix it up and make it your own ingredients and make it your own little flavor.
yeah,
Yeah.
to make your
Mhm.
own Coach Todd style.
Yeah. Cole Lewis style was gonna be he gonna make a kid run through a wall for him, you know, through a brick wall for him. You know, no fuck what play I call all this other shit. We gonna run through that goddamn wall. You know, that type of mindset. You know, like that. That's one thing I remember from, you know, always from him. She run through that shit. That was the answer to everything. Shit.
No, I mean, this is why I gotta work because nobody want to give you. Do you consider yourself a X and O's guy, or do you consider yourself more of a CEO guy?
I think I can do either one. You know, like I mean, X and O, I'm perfectly fine. I mean, I ain't no coach that can't get on the board. Like, you know, nah. I think I'm mixed with all that shit.
Oh, okay.
You know, like some people may be just a great motivator, but really ain't no X and O guy. You know, and then nah. I can do. I think personally, I'm the best of both worlds.
So Todd, we asked Coach from Den Broxwell on Wednesday night. We asked him. I think it was the day you got mad.
Oh,
Just messing with Todd. Hey, so you know, we asked him like the coach in California that got fired because the team said they wanted more of a CEO as opposed to a guy that just didn't fit their culture, supposedly. What do you think about that? Do you think, you know, that in today's society, you being who you are, do you think that you could be who you are at any place, or do you think that your personality is best fitted to where you are at that moment?
I think my personality is best fit in the hood, but I could adapt to some areas, but maybe not some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like at the school he was at, you got to be like a CEO. You know,
right.
more so. You know, when you dealing with our people where we at, you know, a lot of times if you act like other type of dudes and shit, like they gonna look at you funny. You know what I'm saying? But if you transparent and really say what you think, sometimes a lot of people, you know, in the area that I service, you know, they respect that more than that guy that's trying to say the politically correct shit every goddamn time.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
So like, you can't do what I do in stock at Duncanville.
Right. So that's kind of like in the world now, because to me, coaching is way more politicking than it is damn near being a leader of men, which is what I've always said I want in a head coach. First off, I want a leader of man. I don't give a damn if you know X from O, long as you hire people that do know.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think now that's what people look for. I think now it's more about the politicking part, like who you get along with more than just finding the right guy.
Yeah, I mean, like I explain all the time. Every place got a place for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a place for them. But then also, some people that may don't have a place in some particular places, if they need you bad enough, they'll adjust to what the hell they got to do to get you there. So, you know, like, let's just say, I'm just hypothetically speaking right now, let's just say it's a Duncanville. And Duncanville be like, well, I don't know, that Todd, man, he always on the dub, he boisterous, he this, that, and other. But then somebody be like, but how bad we want to win? Do you think he can win here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they'll put up with a little shit. They ain't gonna go to no far extreme, but they gonna put up with some shit because they think they need you in order to continue doing what they've been doing. And that's why, like, somebody like Samples there, they didn't want him 15 years ago or 10 years ago. Nah, it got to a point where they needed him more than he needed them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, you know, so you adjust. It's some shit differently over there at Duncanville now from when before he got there. I bet their population of football players is smaller now.
Oh, guaranteed. Because he don't want all of them.
Yeah, I bet they ain't got no problem. I bet they probably used to have 200 people on fucking JV and freshmen and shit. Shit, no more.
No. He ain't trying to buy no extra pads.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
He ain't gonna waste nobody's time. Look, ma'am, sir.
You know,
It's not gonna work here.
Hey, he ain't bragging. He got 500 kids in the athletic program.
No.
Nah, you know, like I mean,
he mad if he do.
Yeah, like I mean, like, cause in the true world, like, who wanna deal with all that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All them different egos and parents and all. Hell no. Hell no, J Mac.
Yeah. No, I mean, when somebody else told me that, I'm trying to think who told me that. Somebody told me that about a couple years ago. They were like, cause I asked, I was like, man, y'all ain't got as big as Duncanville is. I'm like, how y'all ain't got an A and B team, or why y'all ain't got, all these? You got smaller schools that run around with 2 JV teams and all this. I'm like, why y'all ain't? He like, man, I don't want that.
Right, but that's how it was Skyline before we got there. Shit, Skyline, they had like 2 freshman teams, 2 or 3 JV teams. Shit. Trim them, cut it back. I just
Hey,
need
man, we don't need all them guys. We don't need all them guys.
Hey, he gonna be like,
hey, Todd, we don't need the right ones.
I just need 50 football players. That's all I need. I don't need all the other shit.
Bring your PAPL.
Yeah. Let him go, Todd. Let him go. I don't need him.
Nah, that should be dealing with a lot.
Yeah, but I'm surprised more people don't do that. Like, I ain't understood. Like, people be like, "Yeah, we got 400 kids," and I'm like, "How many championships you won?"
Hey, man, less is more.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm saying, yeah, to have an abundance of people, and I understand just for the participation part, but I guess other shit the kid can do. You can be a trainer, you can be a film guy. I mean, you can be in a band. I mean, shit.
Maybe you do a practice squad.
Or you can go somewhere else and play football, Todd.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Football ain't for everybody. Like some people do need to get that shit up or have an alternative play. I mean, I'm being real.
Yeah, y'all never be in the white suburb school, man. You can't tell little Jimmy that he can't play. You ain't gonna be able to do that.
Now you can play, but I'm saying at a certain point in time when you get to the upper levels,
You gotta be realistic, baby.
yeah,
You gotta be realistic.
yeah, you gotta be real. Like it's more ways to help a team than being on the sideline.
And if
son, I like
and
you,
hey,
son. I like you,
and
son. I just think you better with this water bottle.
and that's true, Jeremy. J Mac, but watch this though. In the same sentence, if Lil Timmy just a great practice player and does a great job on the scout team, he deserves to suit up on Saturdays.
That's
Yeah,
what I said. Just have a practice squad.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. If the ones that want to play and they, they love practice, it's just like walk-ons, right? At college.
yeah, but
Hey,
a lot of times when you're a walk on, that
you know
culture,
your
that
role.
mindset, they know they role. You start
Yeah.
talking about having a practice squad, then somebody mama may be the biggest booster in the program, then that shit go a whole nother way.
Or she might, or they gonna be trying to figure out why little Jimmy can't play. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
My son. Because a lot of your distractions don't come from your starters. They don't. It comes from your backups and your non-starters
That is
and
true.
your non-travel squad. They keep up the most ruckus.
hey, but I know somebody asked me to talk about when I went down to Texas though.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask
that's
you that
Mitchell.
because when you came, when you and Coach Ward, when y'all came back from Austin, next thing I know, the soccer player in the transfer portal.
Ah, Lord.
I'm just, maybe it's a coincidence, Todd, but I'm just saying. How
Yeah,
was the visit?
it was great, man. That Texas shit like a goddamn corporation. It like they got so much shit. That shit ridiculous, J Mac.
Yeah, I've heard.
Like you be like, damn, all this just for play football. I mean, I really think it may be too much, especially for I'm talking about like Will. Put yourself back in 1992 and imagine somebody gave you because you one of the top players in the country, and they just say they talking about you getting paid $500,000 a year or something, and you going to high school. I mean, you going to college. You worry about negotiating how much you get up front, where the money go, who paying the taxes, how much you gonna give your mama, or you gonna be arguing with her talking about this your money, or you ain't staying in an apartment. You staying in a fucking high rise shit that overlook the fucking city. Like think of that shit as a kid. That's a tough world to live in.
Dude, it was a tough world for me to live in with my mama when I got drafted. So I can almost imagine what it had been like in high school
At 18, 19.
at 18. And that's the part of the thing that I really want to get our kids and our parents of our kids to understand. Like college football is different now from a financial standpoint. Like this is life-changing money at 18 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when these parents who never had anything come in and try to take control over something that they know absolutely nothing about because they haven't did it in their personal life, it's gonna put a wedge between child and parent, and it's also gonna put that kid in a bad financial space if he has people around him who doesn't know how to put him in the right position or structurally from a financial standpoint around him. You know what I mean? And that's a lot. That's a lot, man. So the kid, Walter, he's transferring, huh, Todd?
Yeah. He getting into the portal. He got a lot of schools that reached out to him, so he guess he's gonna be making a decision pretty soon.
It just wasn't a fit for him there.
I mean, you know in Texas, man, like he was one of them one of them guys that kind of came out of nowhere. As far as getting to that level, he was a good player. I mean, but you know how it is, Will, too, at that level, when you're recruiting the best of the country every year, like it ain't a bad thing, like if you do got to go somewhere in them situations.
So
I
it
mean,
ain't no bad blood type thing, right? Like
Nah,
he ain't
ain't
like
no
some
bad
of the
blood.
players that's leaving Colorado that's kind of saying bad stuff about him and all that. So it ain't none of that right there.
Nah. It ain't no bad blood. Nah.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of that too. He was probably never a Texas player to begin with. So, I think a lot of times when it goes to that, that's what it is. I mean, he was one of the best players on the best team in the state. So sometimes a lot of those players get recruited because of that. But for him, he's one of those players that's going to have to develop. So for him, he's going to have to be in a situation where he can get good coaching, on a consistent basis, day in and day out to fulfill his talent. And like Ty said, man, they're going to get cats that's on a whole nother level.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And sometimes
when you look at it, well, Billy was a 3-star, right? Coming out of the SOC.
Man, I don't even know nothing about no goddamn stars. I don't know nothing
Well,
about
I'm just
that.
using it as a kind of a reference tool. He was basically a 3-star coming out of SOC. I mean, even a high 3-star.
Yeah.
But when you go to transfer portal and you got someone that a defensive end played the position that just had 16 sacks.
Yeah.
And you go get Colin Simmons.
Yeah.
So you just kind of fall, and I get it. You just kind of fall down the line. Now, me personally, I always believe like you go somewhere like Texas, how much do the degree mean to you? Because I always feel like if you could get your degree, then go. That's always good. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have your eligibility.
Yeah.
See, that's like that's where it's just kind of going what you just said, Jay McIntyre. In the transfer portal, that top 1%.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That could change your team. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference in the transfer portal, but that guy probably about to get paid buku money. You know what I'm saying? 16 sacks. You know what I'm saying? And now, you're at the University of Texas. Then you got your man Blackshear just transferred in. You know what I mean? So you're getting more experienced athletes in. And sometimes a kid is not developing at a rate fast enough to he doesn't develop fast enough to out recruit his recruiting. So meaning, it's so I remember at Michigan, man, the guy that played in front of me, Jason Horn. Jason Horn was an All-American, right? Literally, he was an All-American. But I took his spot, right? I took his job. The guy behind me was an All-American when I left. You see what I'm saying? So I remember I had an opportunity to transfer him. He was like, yeah, once you transfer, my mom was like, I could transfer to, because I got in a little trouble. And so they was like, just transfer to, you can transfer if you want to. So what's my man name? Used to be at the Giants and at the Jacksonville Jaguars, used to be the head, Tom Coughlin, was trying to get me to transfer. And I told him, no, I'm not transferring. You know what I mean? And I stayed. But I don't think a lot of people understand that when you talk about that development for a guy like Walton needs to develop. But he needs to develop in the space that's going to allow him to develop on his time. And it's not saying that he won't be a dog. It's just not saying that. It's just that it might just take him a little time to get it.
Yeah. I mean, and on the other side of that too, a lot of these cats ain't jumping in the portal technically because they want to. They being advised at the schools to get their ass in.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah. Hey, look, man, it's not working here. this not gonna be a good look for you. You know what I mean? So it's a lot because these coaches don't have 4 years anymore. They don't even have 3 years anymore. You know what I mean? 1 year, a lot of that's it. You can go 11-2, 11-1, 11-3, and go 4-7, and they're gonna be looking for your job.
Yeah. Hey, that's how I rolled up on them cats though, J Mac. I ain't give, didn't even know I was coming.
But hey, you got that 5-star recruitment treatment once they did see you, did you?
Yeah, you goddamn right. Oh, they better.
So let me know, did you have brisket or do you have steak?
Man, I don't know. They bought some shit that had every damn meat you could ever put together. All right. Yeah, they had something. That shit was good as hell though. It
What
was
dessert
good.
tray look like?
Man, you know what? I didn't because Gilbert took us to this barbecue spot, so I didn't get a chance to go to the dining hall where the kids be at because he was like, man, 5 stars go off campus too to eat. So he gave me that VY treatment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you had the big steak.
No, we went to this some barbecue spot, man, called some Stitches. I mean, I don't know what the name of that shit is, but I know that's that. Nah, that shit was
Is it right off the highway on the other side?
Yeah, it's off 35. Yeah, it ain't right by Texas. You gotta get on there and probably go down 35 about 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, and then the line is uphill. You got to kind of like go uphill, and it's like all the way to.
It's not that one because they say there's a whole bunch of barbecue spots down there though. But I'm gonna have to get the name from Gilbert though. But it wasn't no hill, but it was a line though. But
Hey, we're disappointed in you right now.
Why?
Well, because you came on and you put this big, thing about these visits and how you're gonna start documenting and how you're gonna start, putting it on social media so we can experience it with you. And you don't even know the name of the place that you done went to.
I know it was good.
But that's only because of you. You know it's good. You don't even know you don't even have a name.
I be with people, man, it be some big time people, man. They don't be want to be seen on camera, man.
Yeah, Ty say favor ain't fair.
Yeah, man, shit. Hey. Hey, I should have though, but I don't know if they be want me walking around no camera because shit, I don't give a damn about this shit really. It just be a joke for me anyway. But
it still feel good to eat good and did they get you? Yeah. Did you stay to what? Did you stay the night? Or you came back?
I came back. I left there. I went down there like 4 o'clock in the morning and made it back for the air track meet that afternoon.
Did you watch the scrimmage? Didn't they have a scrimmage that day when you were down there?
The day I went down there, they did like just a skull. They just had their shells on for practice. But it was good just to see the operational stuff on how they moved around and, went from this to that and how they transitioned to different stuff like that, though. No, it was pretty good. I didn't really care too much about watching nobody run out into each other and shit like that. I mean, that's football. Everybody do that.
Yeah, but they're a lot bigger. They're a lot bigger and faster than what the average that's looking at.
Man, damn, man, we'll run through their ass too.
Put them on the schedule there, Coach.
Yeah, we will. We will play Texas. I'm telling you, for $1 million.
That's it, Coach?
We're playing for $1 million.
You get more than $1 million because they're gonna love to see that.
Oh, yeah. Shit, up to 5 then. Yeah, like on Coming to America. It's 10 enough.
Yeah.
It's 10 too much.
Maybe you should go 5.
Yeah.
But don't play your starters though, Coach.
Man, we're gonna run through that ass, man.
Yeah. So y'all getting ready for this this road trip y'all got first of the week? I mean first of the season, first week of the season.
J-Mac, ready?
Y'all getting ready, I'm asking.
Hell yeah, we getting ready.
I know y'all don't started y'all spring practice.
Yeah, we knocked out the first 2 days last week. We start back tomorrow.
When y'all getting in pads? Because I don't like watching practice if there ain't no pads on.
Tomorrow, but I'm saying, see, that's the thing. You really learn more coaching when you ain't in pads.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But I just want to see them run into each other though.
No, we start in pass tomorrow, so we'll be in pass Monday and Tuesday. Take them off Wednesday and then scrimmage on Thursdays. On Thursday.
Hey Todd, I got a really good idea for the concept for the North Shore game that I think you're gonna like.
What's the concept, Will?
Well, I got to show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, we got to get some sizing going on so we can, you know, be right where we need to be.
Yeah, we definitely work on that. Will, I mean, you know where I'm at, man. Just have your people call my people, man. You know what
For
I'm
sure.
saying?
I mean, I'm my people, but you know.
Right.
My people is me, so you'll be hearing from me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I got a cool one, and I think I got one that's just a classic, dope. Like that's classic. You know what I mean? Then I got one
Yeah.
that's like, okay, it's a little edgy, but it'll be fitting for that trip down 45.
You know we at, man. You know the door's always open, man. You know, so you come on into church whenever you want to.
Yeah, I just want to take the white to a whole new level, man. I know you love your white, and it's so pure. You know, just want to give it that look that'll be like, okay, yo, that's tight. So look, man, as how's spring ball going, man? What are you seeing in these first couple of days? Is it going as if it's something you want to see, or you're like, okay, we're gonna really figure out how to we really need to figure out what we need to do to fix this problem?
For me, going back and watching film of the previous spring, I know right now, it's no doubt. I know we're a better team after watching the first 2 days of this spring compared to last spring by far. Just like a puzzle, you know, you got to figure out all your pieces, and I think we'll start doing that more once the pass go on this week. And then, the key thing about this group is we still got a couple of pieces to the puzzle that we ain't start putting into the equation yet. That'll start getting worked out this week. So, I feel we're gonna have a great team. I think it's just gonna be how fast we gel and how fast we find out what our true identity is on both sides of the ball this year. And it just keep harping on that, and just build an identity and then make everything else off of that. But I feel we're gonna be good up front on both sides of the ball. I realistically think like we're a two deep team up front on O line and D line. That's the part that I'm most pleased about. I think my secondary, they done grew up. They look like they've grown up some from last year. Some things that I thought that they wasn't able to do last year as youngsters. I'm watching them and I'm seeing them now be able to do some of those things with the progression. My linebackers I feel good with that group. I feel that's a solid two deep group. Even my little nickelback, Mayfield, I'm pleased with him from watching him, and obviously when the pass come on. But running backs, they've been doing a pretty good job. The quarterback play's been decent. Just got to keep building on it. Receivers, I'm looking to see a little bit more out of the receivers as far as establishing, more of a presence on the field. That's probably the group that I'm most anxious to keep watching to see how they develop, because I want to see if that group can really progress to be a group that we can count on to win some games this year.
Who right now the first 2 days, man? Who's stepping up, man? Who done caught your eye? You like, okay, he done set the little tempo for his spring. Let's see if he keeps going, we might be on to something. Who is that guy?
On defense, I probably would say is the kid Xavier Mayfield, because he's a kid to get on my nerves. So I'll be on his ass. But when I'm watching him, I really have been impressed, with what I've been seeing with him. I just want to see how he keeps developing. He'll be a junior this year. I've been seeing on the O-line and D-line as a group, I'm just gonna group them together as a group. I just see some good things on both sides, where it's gonna be a heavyweight fight all spring. And then I would probably say, I'm trying to see. In the skill spot, I hadn't just seen one person to just stand out and just make me say, okay, yeah, you know, on the offensive side, yeah. So I'm waiting to see that now too. So
Yeah.
I go with
How's
O-line,
the quarterback
D-line.
looking?
They've been looking decent, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't been live. In this spring, everybody's ass is live. So, you know, I'm waiting to see when this goddamn fire get turned up, you know who gonna be able to stand in the kitchen or who gonna have to run out that house.
Mm. Mm. What running back? Yeah, I know you. How's my big boy doing? The big
Debo,
back from last year. How he looking this spring?
man, he looking solid, but you know, we ain't had no pads on, so you know, a back of his caliber, you can't really define him by running around without pads on.
Yeah, but is he in good shape? Is he lighter, quicker? Like, have you seen anything in his athletic ability that says, okay, he gonna have a really good year?
I think he's learning more. I think he's becoming more of a student of the game. You know, he's still big bull, strong ass kid.
Yeah.
But I think right now Coach Davis working on it more about the intellectual part of the game, the mental standpoint of the game, understanding some stuff. And I think he's progressing, you know, at a decent rate, you know, as far as mentality of just understanding the mental aspect of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. Now you know you got to replace the twins.
Yeah.
They gone.
Yeah.
How did O-line? I know you saying they looking better. Do you?
Like where? Like
Huh?
look at me. Like where? Up front, on both sides of the ball. In order to come to Sox, you got to be a special player to play.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, on the offensive line, I feel damn good with our top 8 offensive linemen. I feel I'll go play anybody.
8?
Yeah.
I love it. So who gonna play that big tight end?
That's also a spot that we tinkering with. We got a kid that named Nate Coleman. Now I really been liking him too though. He's not tall like Trey Jackson, but he's a better football player than Trey Jackson. So he about
Well, who gonna replace 35 though, Todd?
35 graduated 2 years ago.
Well, who gonna replace that H position?
That's Nate Coleman.
He gonna be that physical where he gonna be coming back cross formation?
Nah, he gonna be more of an athlete that's gonna be able to line up out wide. He gonna be able to do what Trey Jackson was doing, but he's gonna be I think he's gonna be better at it than him as far as in the intermediate part of the field and the blocking aspect of it. Nate Coleman gonna be damn. I think he's gonna be damn good.
I'm just trying to figure out because I know that you love that little squatty fullback tight end guy that was like an extra guard for you.
Yeah, now we kind of adjusted it last year where it was Trey Jackson, the kid that went to Texas Tech.
Okay.
Well, this kid that's playing it this year is probably about like 6 feet, probably about like 200 pounds. But he can also he played receiver before, he played defensive end before, so he you know like I think he gonna have a hell of a year. If we successful on offense, he gonna be a big part of it. Yeah, I really like. I think if he just get a little more shape, he gonna be damn good. So he one of the strengths of the offense too. You know, along with them, you know, the O-line, and you know, in the run game, we always gonna run the fucking ball or not trying. But I've been impressed with the O-line. I think it's gonna be some good matchups. You know, this spring for all these practice where you know where it's gonna be some days that one side gonna get a hold to the other side, and then there's gonna be some days where it switch over. But we gonna get out to your ass up front.
Wow, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be exciting, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking forward to it, man. I know, you know, I know you've been praising the defensive line and this group that you've been seeing coming together for quite some time. But hey, I want to see them live in action. Get
Yeah,
them pads on and get a little inside run drill. That's
And I'll let kick out tomorrow. So, that's why I told him. I said the first 2 days were good, but we ain't had no pass on. But, now I'm really just ready to see everybody mindset need to be to run through MF a face come Monday.
It's going down.
Yeah, it will. It's going down and we
Listen, man, it's nothing like the first day of pass and doing 9-on-7. I freaking love 9-on-7, man.
Yeah.
Like that's the best thing. Oh God, I love it. It's so amazing, man. Because they finna run the ball, J Mac. They can't run outside, so everything is between the tackles, and it's coming.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this. I know you running the ball. I know you about to get the ball, and it's coming full speed.
Yeah. They ain't no ducking and dodging.
Nah.
But that's what I like about it too. Because like what I told these cats, if we not physical against each other, I'm talking about to the point of physical where like we've been about to knock the shit out of each other to make me cancel practice. It ain't no way we gonna be playing the first 3 games if we ain't that type of physical.
It got to be different. It has.
Because we playing probably the 3 most physicalist teams in Texas high school football. If you just did a poll on who are the 3 most physicalist teams, I mean, most of them gonna come up with Longview, Duncanville, North Shore gonna be in them 3.
Right.
Gonna be in the top 10 on anybody poll. So, I told you we got 3 heavyweight fights.
And then they all on the road. You know what I mean? So, when you looking at it, that same physicality is a little different when you going down a Longview.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a different mindset that you're going into that battle with. You know what I'm saying? And then now you're going to play North Shore. My wide's a little different going down to North Shore. You know what I'm saying? What I'm playing for is a little different. I love physicality, man. I love being able to impose my will on anybody. You know what I'm saying? When you could do that and do it in a way where, that opponent is waking up 2-3 days later still feeling that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you know you're on the right track,
And then one was big live. He went down to Texas. They say his arm was the longest wingspan they ever measured. It was 86 inches.
How tall is he?
6'5".
Oof. They already offer him?
Nah, not yet. But we finna put that gunpowder in that ass, and he about to be ready.
Dang.
I miss coaching football, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, we're not I think we gonna be big up front. Like we gonna be big up front.
That's the key, man. I listen. You give me a very good offensive line and defensive line. I can win with a quarterback that can manage the game.
Yeah.
You've already done that, Todd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think you need to continue to grow that team up front, because the one thing that you can't account for as a coach and scouting y'all is that physicality.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it all day long, but no scheme, no nothing you're gonna be able to do is gonna be able to take away any type of physicality. You know what I mean? I can speak on, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. Now, if a team is physical, they're physical. You got to match their physicality.
Yeah.
And I think with you, man, specifically with the road that you're going to have to go through and the teams you're going to have to go through, particularly early in the process, you're going to need that type of unit up front to to give you a chance to even win the game.
Yeah.
Do you got any playmakers in your backfield?
Yeah, now the best playmaker I think that we got in the running back is the kid named Trotter. He was the starting JV tailback last year.
Okay.
He probably he popped big runs on everybody we played. Duncanville, he had 70, 80-yard touchdown runs on all the competitive teams, and he probably ran for about 1,500 yards on probably not even 100 carries. So he really explosive thing. He got to work on. He been in the weight room. Got to stay injury free. He got to stay healthy. But when he been on the field, no, he been a problem for anybody we played against. So we looking for him to go out there and while Debo kind of bang and kind of pound on people, look for him to come on through there and do some explosive shit.
Oh yeah. I'm looking for that. Who's the running back? With the Cowboys, was it Felix Jones and Marion Barber, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that them?
Yeah. Because they drafted Felix in the first and Marion in the fourth.
Yeah, nah. So I really like we got all the pieces there. We just got to figure out how the pieces need to fit, in these 15 days and then grind it out this summer.
I'm excited. Fellas, this is about to come to an end because my ass is old and sleepy.
I know, man. This your birthday, wasn't it?
My birthday Tuesday. Yeah, we had a little pre-dinner.
Okay, that's all right, man. That's all right. How old you gonna be, J man?
Man, I'll be 49.
That boy say. Almost like Eddie Murphy and them to the upper room, huh, man?
Hey, man. Hey.
Well, man, J-Mac, man, 49 years around the globe.
Hey, man. Just be happy to make it. You know what I'm saying? So when I think back, growing up, the ones that ain't there, that didn't make it, the 49 that we grew up with, that list is getting long.
Yeah. I'm just glad Will didn't go Mr. Glenn again. Last time he went down that street, his ass came back tripping.
Yeah, he came back with all kind of issues. He got you banned from Mr. Glenn.
Yeah, then I saw Ronnie Burns, somebody outside supposed to be racing and shit. I'm like,
yeah, he was doing stuff.
I like it. Yeah, no, we stay your ass where you supposed to be at.
Yeah, you stay away from Mr. Glenn. Anyway, last shout outs. Y'all give me shout outs before we get out of here.
All right, man. Everybody be safe.
I like that. Welcome back, Todd.
Watch this.
Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go Hoods. Putting in work, go Reds. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach trying to stand on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack and Swaggy Wick, rocking the gear, it's so clean. We rise and go easy, off the easy, push easy. With my steppers, our special kids, make it pleasing so easy. Try to win.